Okay, we're back with another midweek session of Survivors of Tarnstead. I'm a little ill, so if I sound strange, I do apologise. But we're going to start off in our usual manner of introductions. First up, we have Blackheart as,
Carrick Marsk,
and we have Kronos as,
Archie Thal.
we have Hatdan as,
Tilde,
we have Marcus as,
Corvus Adalas.
we have Semi as,
Gifton Brockgren.
we have Tobias as,
Caspiopia Steelshot.
and we have me, Ali, as your friendly DM. Who would like to give the recap?
I can do it.
And go for it.
Okay. So last week on Survivors of Tarnstead, the group woke up in the morning, had a brief conversation, and then went off to have a meeting with Lady Gentle, reflecting on the night's events of what happened with Carrick's girlfriend and having to leave her at the tavern with Sigrid, who was very kind and gentle and brought them extra foods and goodies.
and Vermel.
And Varel. And we went to the library. Tilde was very kind and helped Gifton return a book to the library. When they met with Lady Gentle, she took them to her lovely estate, which was on the east side of the palace, for a tea and little cakes and tiny sandwiches, cucumber sandwiches and such. And it proceeded to be that Gifton let a lot of things out of a bag that she will not use the term cat, and basically explained a little bit of the time stuff, the dreamer stuff and things like that, and was basically trying to coerce Lady Gentle more on their side to possibly work with. Explained to Lady Gentle that Raziel was interested in meeting with her. They sent Care out at one point to go make that arrangement. Lady Gentle said that she had various papers that she wanted to give Corvus about the Empty and its creatures a little bit that she might do on the sly, and some other documentation like that, I believe. And Carrick was told he was going to get various things to take care of his books in his bag. And we kind of came to a loose agreement that once we had a translated copy of the crazy book from Zahar that has the chameleon style cover, that we would give her the original, and then we would probably just use the translated one for any of our purposes if we needed it. But we didn't actually need the original for that one. Then we found out that Raziel's meeting with her later that night. He doesn't want any of us there for it. She's a little nervous about it, but she's basically hoping she doesn't die. Then we split off into groups. Carrick basically went back to the tavern and was super ultra good boyfriend to Talia, trying to make sure she's okay. Corvus went to Garen Speck's vision specialist. He's a halfling that runs a store on the west side of the palace, and he managed to get a prescription ordered for some dark spectacles that he needs to pick up tonight, and don't be late. Good luck.
Can't be late.
750 gold pieces, and he still owes 700 gold pieces, I think it was. I don't remember. It was something like that, and you paid half, and you got to pay the other half.
Yes.
Then while that was happening, I believe Tilde went on ahead to go talk to various other Warforged at the compound. He met like 17 Warforged and started making friends with them. He still has not uncovered the Warforged with Alzheimer's, that is the tackling excited one. I'm still hoping for that one to happen. He made a lot of contacts. There are several Warforgeds that are apparently officially joining the military, not just military as a result of their creation, but actually going to officially join it now as free people. And he was waiting for the meeting. Cassie, RG, and Gifton, I think that's the right people. Yep, are the ones that went up to the toy store with Care and Gifton. And when they were up there, they met a very kindly elf man. His name was Kristoff. We didn't get a last name. We didn't really ask for it. He runs a beautiful shop and has lots of nice little toys. It's not overly stocked with toys. He's just got just as much as he wants to arrange on his shelves. And with some wheeling and dealing, he's going to make a house for Kara and Gifton. Cassie was able to discover while she was there that he is basically like a grand master carpenter or woodworker of some sort, and that his work is amazing. And through conversation, that he knew in Gunderson, and we believe may have actually trained in Gunderson. It was a really nice time. He was a very sweet man, and he gave Gifton a pinwheel on the way out. And Gifton and Dingus will eventually die as a result of this pinwheel that Gifton has affixed to the side of the saddle of Dingus, that the two of them keep getting enamored with and not watching where they're going. The party eventually regrouped. Talia informed Carrick that the guards said that they would be releasing her father's body to her so that she could do things, but she wanted to stay back for now. But she wanted Carrick to go to the meeting about the Tarnstead, and that she seems like she's going to probably talk to him more later about maybe where she's going in life. And the rest of the party went off to the military complex to go to the tower. When we got in, a very excited General Stenhouse came running down a bunch of stairs very quickly for an old man like him. He's not that old, but he's old. And he comes running down the stairs really excited because he wanted to thank us all about the coins, because he was literally overcome with joy about the coins. We had a nice little conversation with him. We danced around the fact that we teleported out of town to go get them, and that Carrick can't teleport, but his grandmother can. So we may have alluded that she did it, but that's not really what happened. But we managed to not lie, but we misled. And then we also gave him a elixir of longevity, and several of the other party members got elixirs of longevity, which was Corvus and Cassiopeia, because they wanted them. And he was just really happy, and we were kind of like, we love you, man. And he's like, no, I love you all. And then we basically went up to go towards the meeting, and that's where we left off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Take your inspiration.
Inspiration. Yay, I need this.
Okay, so you are led to the meeting room, where it's a larger conference style room, although not particularly at capacity. As you walk in, immediately you see a couple of familiar faces. There's Captain Jensen, there's General Roselle, there's a Warforged that you can only assume to be Nathaniel, perhaps.
It must be A5. I haven't seen A5 in a while.
And then there are a couple of unfamiliar faces as well. There's one dwarf who looks to be in his prime. He's got sort of glossy black hair that is very carefully braided back. His beard even in the same sort of styling, running down to a sort of mid-chest. A healthy build, although not as sturdy as some dwarves you've seen. Wearing clothing that is well made, but not particularly ostentatious. Just sensible, sturdy. The other figure looks to be a female halfling. Bright green eyes that are just starting to be lined. Brown hair starting to grey. Which for a halfling probably puts her at about 70 odd years. Somewhere within that range. But despite that age, she looks actually quite athletic. Her clothing also rather sensibly tailored. It's a bit showy. She's wearing some flashy brooches over a sort of leather jerkin, but it looks like it's easy to move in clothing. General Stenhouse sort of beckons you all in, and he motions to the table, which has some free seats for you all.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Is
go.
there a seat?
There is a
inside.
there is a slot missing a seat for Cass.
Okay.
And Gifton. There is in fact some seating on the table edge.
Oh, okay.
There are also chairs, normal size chairs at those spots as well, as if they weren't sure.
I'm going to fly over there and get
It's a fair
the seats
assumption.
prepared.
Mm-hmm. And DM takes a drink.
Drunkies.
Ardriel, sit down.
Telde will salute before taking a seat once he's acknowledged.
And you get just some nods in return. And Stenhouse sort of moves to join you all in sitting down, and he goes, of course you know Captain Jensen and dear James here.
Wave politely at both.
Let me introduce you to High Treasurer Brudemore Mountain Keep, he says, gesturing to the dwarf. And our dear royal representative, Adaby Deep. And the halfling smiles at you all and actually gives quite a sort of casual wave.
Wave back.
Cass is doing her happy wave back.
And I will paste in those names for you,
No.
kind folk.
Oh my gosh, I was right. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I was right on both.
Are you the happiest brownie ever for guessing how to spell the names?
I am really happy.
Allie's writing down, note to self, make
Names more complicated.
less obvious.
You see, the F is silent in Adaby. But yes, the halfling sort of leans forward in, not to call it a high chair, but it's basically a high chair. And goes, so you're the Tarnstead lot I've heard about.
Yep.
Yes.
Been making quite an impression on people.
I assure you, not on purpose.
Impressions really are on purpose. But impressions nonetheless, very important, and you've done some good ones. And the dwarf snorts a little, and so impressions don't pay the way, though, do they? So we have been informed that you're planning on helping us set up a little town.
Seeing
Trying to assist.
Well, if I might lead this, he says, sort of looking to the others, who Adaby just shrugs, and the military lot just nod casually. Nathaniel seems to be watching impassively. And
that's Jensen.
That's Brumor, I think.
No,
Brumor.
Nathaniel.
No,
Nathaniel is the Warforged.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever gotten Jensen's first name.
Yeah, we've never gotten Jensen's first name. He's just Captain Jensen.
The
as far as we
DM
know.
has definitely not avoided telling us that for personal.
The DM also avoided telling us Jensen's last name for as long as possible.
It was just Captain.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, if there's no reason for them to give you the name, you're not going to get it.
Yes, Captain. Sir Captain. Yes.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah, his first name is actually
So your last
Ackles.
name is Jensen. What's your first name?
I'm going to quietly take Kara's hand while I'm listening, giving the dwarf rapt attention.
Right, so as adventurers, you get paid a lot for something that could be done by, well, our men, if they put their minds to it, he says, looking at the military lot. And now you're going to be paid for something that could be done by the kingdom. I want to hear your justifications for why it should be you.
Wait, we get paid to do it? I figured we were putting our own money into it.
I thought we were helping fund this. Are we not helping with the funding on this?
He actually looks over at Stenhouse and Dressel and goes, no one informed me that they'd be funding this.
One would also note that your
We had no
military
idea how it's being done.
resources would not be necessary for this excursion, which would save you considerable amount of other difficulties.
That's the kind of thing I like to hear. Anymore.
Depending on the number of Warforged that will be coming, out of the percentage, it would also likely mean lower requirements for certain resources such as food.
That's the point. They don't eat. They mostly feed us, I guess, and any family we end up being.
Yes, Nathaniel has made the same point to me.
We know the area down there pretty well. I mean, most of us spent our entire lives down there. So
Experience.
It would make it considerably quicker for them to be able to establish the outpost.
Okay.
we might also give some options for some of the Cuthwaite refugees. I've been trying to help them as much as I can, but I don't know where all they're going to go.
I have seen some reports of charitable exercise for the refugees. You've helped arrange many of them passage. You've paid for food, blankets, all kinds of things.
Medical services.
All kinds of things, as I said.
And also, if you need another reason, we have already proven that we've got a pretty good track record fighting Goliaths.
And so you offer up knowledge in potential adversaries down there.
And we know at least one Goliath that was going to be going against the curve with his tribe, the one Jarl.
So diplomacy as well.
It might be good. We did have a good rapport with one of the Jarls that we defeated in Dulfwood. Well, I mean, she kind of looks over at Carrick and RG.
It's a place where we can stage the diplomatic operations from. Just camping out in the wilderness makes that a little less beneficial to our survival.
We're also a bunch of various different tradespeople. We can do actual work around a Tarnstead.
That is
get things
something
going.
I had been meaning to talk about as well. You see, you're registered as an adventuring company, but you do have a very trade-like name. And you mentioned your tradespeople. Do you expect your town to be having export? I know that these fine fellows, and he gestures at the military lot again, expect you to be more of a staging post, but this is easier to justify if there is some form of further return.
Cassie raising her hand.
I mean,
I'm intending on trying to continue my work, my carpentry stuff down. Trained fairly well, so I mean,
The ground down there's not bad for farming, and there's plenty of woods. There's a river not too far back.
Considering the fact that the Warforged does not really need sustenance, if many of them wanted to stay busy, they can farm, cultivate land and livestock. And
yes, many of my people
surplus.
Still remember their skills and would be happy to work. Nathaniel sort of speaks up.
That is right.
Yes.
Yeah.
and since the dietary requirements are going to be lessened, that could more focus on high-value export cash crop.
And what was your question, Blackheart?
Tarnstead was a stopover, also, wasn't it?
It's an outpost.
It was an outpost. Yes.
It wasn't a stopover. It was the end of the line.
It was end of the line. Most of the stuff there was to support the local garrison and the various forts a little further past, defense towers and so on.
We wouldn't need an actual functioning garrison probably for quite a while. We'd have plenty of time to build up resources and look at doing our own thing. And it would also give us time to maybe see if there's anything in the area. I don't know if there's any suitable spots for mining or anything like that. My people never looked at that, but it would give an option for it. But like I said, I think the land there would be quite good for growing crops. I mean, my people seem to do okay.
Well, I did have the cartographer drop some maps that were done. Well, the area was surveyed quite a long time ago, back before Tarnstead was even established. Whether these still hold true or not, I don't know, but there were reports of potential silver mines in the area.
Yeah,
that is, if you're planning on setting up near Tarnstead.
I think there was a consensus to be a little further south.
Further south. No, that shouldn't be an issue. If you're willing to brave that, you will be going past the old border forts.
As long as they're not right on Old Tarnstead, I think that would be.
Yes. He actually
She makes a face.
he actually reaches down beside him, where he pulls out a very large, looks like rolled folium, and sort of rolls it out on the table. And there is a detailed but crude map of Barast, and it is rather faded. But there's the whole.
Map looks like a penis. Not that kind of crude. Sorry.
Hey, look.
This is not the map. This is the map.
Hurry.
See, we had to travel across. You see.
This is like Gifted walking across maps to find the map.
Would more is my map more up to date than what this one seems to be, or is it
in some respects, this one is it's far more broad, less detailed local areas, but it does show the geography rather well.
Gifton's gonna get up very hesitantly and walk over towards the map. May I? It's kind of hard to get a good.
Please.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over and kind of look at it.
I don't know if it would assist at all. I do have a more recent map. I don't know if having both of them up would give any extra information.
If you feel the need, please present it.
You just can open scroll case, unroll the map. Don't worry about the map, the marks. It's got some stuff for me on it too. So
Ignore my marks. These are important for me.
Ignore the mark sitting on the random middle of the mountain. Speaking of, how detailed
Stenhouse is probably
area?
going. I know where your grandmother lives now.
I mean, it's not
the
that,
mountainous
so-
area. It's not particularly well. I mean, it's marked out as a mountainous area.
Okay, it's not. It
and
doesn't seem more detailed.
Further north, it is rather detailed.
Okay, but not where it is. Okay.
No.
So.
Right. Well, here unfortunately a lot of the border forts were taken down, but this is where they lined. This is where we drew our territory, and he will line out basically the purple edging of the map. You are planning on going further than this?
I think we were planning on going here. Is what
No,
we
that's a
discussed.
tributary that we thought would be beneficial.
Yeah, but that was by the river right here. That's what we thought.
That's the one he's
that's the one.
mentioning.
I'm gonna say just to remind the party, this was actually old. This was where we were told that the survivors from Tarnstead were being taken to. Is that?
Yeah.
That's not one of the parks.
Those are quest markers.
Yeah, those are old. Those quest markers probably old enough we can remove it. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think it wasn't. These
That's
were the
where my
ones
dad was.
originally. These three were the ones we were thinking of when you decided this
Yeah.
one was the best.
Yeah, one was in the
Yeah,
forest, one was on the river, one was kind of
In the
agricultural
I will
land.
say if we
On
push,
the river, we decide on what.
if we push too far south, it would take you beyond reliable supply lines. So if we could stay within our territory.
Yeah, we were thinking maybe along near this river, because then we might be able to use the river for trade later as well.
It would require securing the river. It does go down through Goliath territory, but if you feel confident in that,
I'm not
That
scared
may
of a giant.
be, and if I may, that may be an objective to help with reparations for their attacks.
you believe you can actually get reparations from them?
At least have that as part of the negotiations.
So you all feel
don't think-
confident in this endeavor?
I don't know about the reparation.
I don't-
part,
I
but
don't
we
know
feel
about
confident we should be able to establish the city.
The whole
It's
thing.
just an idea. Is the section along the northwestern river seems advantageous to secure. It'll give us a natural border with the Goliaths.
More curious as to your confidence for the endeavor in its entirety.
I think we can do it. We lived out in the middle of nowhere before, and it's not too much farther away from where Tarnstead was, so this platform's not too much longer, frankly.
And he sort of looks over the rest of you, and are you looking like you're sort of agreeing with what are you saying, or?
I'm kind of.
Corvus is nodding. Yeah.
Good.
I'll be honest. All these big cities seems a little too easy up here.
A little bit.
I mean,
1 million people. Look.
But
that's
if it,
not. I
if,
told you before. That's not a real number.
If it serves and she's Nessie or Nathaniel, if it serves their people better, I mean, is this all right with you, Nathaniel? Would you want to go down there, or do you think any of the others would?
Trying the light south would be acceptable to many of us. They are troubled regions. Our presence may help that. Well, good.
We were gonna be building our own thing, and she's gonna go. But I think that island's probably better off in Alberic's hands for now.
As I said, ship has most definitely sailed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I don't put much back in wasting money on people who are not confident in what they are going to do. If we're going to be spending this much,
I intend to raise a family where we set.
Well,
I will defend it fiercely, sir.
in that case, I think I will be willing to sign off on any expenditure for this, Adaby. And the halfling smiles as she actually sort of stands up on her high chair and just sort of scoots up onto the table, sits on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
halflings.
Yeah. And she's like, well then, okay. Well, he's happy, so that's a start. He's probably the one that's hardest to convince. Well, you were very soft this time, Bruma. And Rudolph just snorts a little bit. So, you said you want to start a family there?
Yeah.
I'm curious. How long do you all plan to settle down for? Is this going to be
her intently.
You're watching who intently?
I'm watching Gifton intently.
And she's looking over at Kara. I mean, well, both of us will probably be there for maybe a year, and we might see if my parents can come down.
Okay, but
and then we,
do you plan to call this home?
Yeah, it would be nice to have a home again.
But you're not going to give up adventuring?
Not fully, not yet.
What about the rest of you?
I can tell you that I'm incredibly long-lived, and I'm probably going to spend the rest of my days there.
Okay, so retirement for you.
I was hoping to start a tavern, but I don't think I will be giving up adventuring completely either.
What about
it's nice
you?
To have something to fight for and go home to.
That's true. And what about you from the famed still shots?
Cass is suddenly starting up. Well, honestly, I need a break. It's been a long 6 months, and I just want something. And
all adventurers need some wind down time, yes.
But also, I really, really need to kick someone's ass later on.
I've heard that one before. So it still calls to you.
I still have reason to go back out, but I need to stop and just breathe.
And what about you, the Hexenriker?
There's still projects and research that needs to be done, and it needs to be done in a conducive environment. On the road is not very helpful. But as part of that, it is also going out and discovering new things.
And what about the half-dragon?
He said he was going to start a tavern.
Yeah, you wanted to start a tavern? I thought he said that.
No, you're taking a lot of interest in someone here.
Oh, that would be Carrick.
You didn't? No.
No.
Talia?
They mean Talia. Talia.
She's been invited, I think.
Carrick.
She's been asked. I do not know what the decision is yet.
Will she have a say in whether you continue adventuring?
Gifton smiles.
Why are you
Staring at Eric intently.
Some, yes. If she wants to.
Okay, so there's a potential for you to settle down on a more permanent basis. But you would not wish that?
I believe there are reasons to continue when needed.
And she looks at you, Telday. A complicated problem.
Yes.
All the Warforged that I've spoken to think very highly of you, despite very little interaction. You're a big influence, even though they barely know you. What you do is of great interest.
Not all of my people are free yet. I cannot rest until that is done.
Okay.
Will we be able to see them more? I haven't gotten to see them since the incident.
No, yes, you're more than welcome to visit. Some are even being released out right now. And obviously, it's a slow exodus. You can't just dump a population, but your town is just one of many that's been discussed setting up, and we're talking about integrating them elsewhere. But that is not your concern right now. Your concern is this one, and we need to keep focus because you're going to very dangerous lands. And frankly, I'm glad to hear one of you is staying, as she says, looking at you, RG. Because, well, it's a shame to lose such a team of renown. And I do know the draw of adventure, even when you think you're going to settle down and stop, it always calls you back. But all the same, it is nice to have someone stick around for something that they are starting. Would you be interested in any sort of leadership role, RG?
If you need me for it, sure.
Nathaniel here has also volunteered, and I think it's only fair to have... Well, you're going to have quite the population of these Warforged, as they've taken to calling themselves. I think it's only fair to have one of them representing the town. But I think it's also only fair to have one of you. Unless anyone else wishes to stop and settle down and take on that role. No? Didn't think so.
Cass is going to speak up. I do intend to settle down at some point, but at the moment, because I am going to be setting up shop down there, I'm always going to be coming back. I don't have anything left up north.
Okay.
But you're still going to be gone for a bit, Cass.
Yes, and a new town needs a more reliable, steady presence.
I mean,
Yeah,
the last time we left home, I mean, we've been gone for, gosh, how many months now? Of course, I mean, there wasn't anything to go back to. But it's still taking us forever to get back to Dulvewood.
It took forever to get out of Dulvewood, too.
Well then, one of you mentioned that you're willing to put your own money towards this town.
Yeah.
Of course, I saved some aside. I sent some down to Southwest Time and Dulvewood and the refugees, but I kept some aside for if we decided to try and go back down there.
Well, that gives me more confidence that you're investing your resources wisely. A lot of adventurers just...
We bought a house.
Here?
No, to take with.
Are you just going to in hand do the kind of thing and then teeny tiny motion?
Oh, okay.
Corvus is
I
also
see.
doing the hand motion of this big by this big by this big.
I understand. Okay. Well, then that must be convenient to be able to make such an investment and take it with you. If only the rest of us could do that.
But I wasn't sure how many thousand golds it would be. So, but we have, like, kind of look between care. At least I think 15,000 we could put towards something right now.
Well,
And we
28,000
might
on
do.
there.
We got some sales to do as well, but we might have some more.
Rumor sort of clears his throat a bit and goes, well, if you're going to be investing in this town, then that makes me a little more confident about putting the kingdom's funds towards it as well. We'll take care of the basic foundations of it, make sure there's enough housing and enough defense. If you wish to invest in your own projects and help the town grow, well, the kingdom would very much appreciate that.
Well, it would definitely benefit us, so I don't see why we wouldn't.
I just know there's at least 3 projects. Cass is wanting to build a library down there. Carrick wants to establish a tavern, and I medical facility.
And I think I could set up a good smith, right? Kay says, looking at you, Gifton.
Yeah, it would be pretty good. So we'd have to use the ring, though, for some of the stuff just to make it go quicker, because they can't wait for us working, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sort of.
but I can still sew, and can do that. Yeah, get the...
And Nathaniel tells me that he has plenty of farmers and woodworkers as well. A few smiths, so you should have a good foundation for the town. In that case, I don't see why we shouldn't approve this project.
Okay, everyone load up the Oregon Trail game.
You seem to be somewhat passionate about this. Even if some of you are putting improvement endeavours at a curiosity for a border town, she says, actually smiling at you, Cass.
Cass is kind of putting her fingers together. I really don't like the scribe at the desk.
I think what she means to say is she's hoping someday it'll be more than just a border town.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good dream to have.
And honestly, a strong education would help all of us do better at all the different tasks we'll need to do to build a proper infrastructure.
As to that, Nathaniel is going to prioritize. I will tell you, you have had an influx of volunteers. We have been giving the Warforged choice of where to go, of course. You have more than we are willing to comfortably allocate to one area at one point.
How many is that?
About a third of the population.
Cass is coughing and
That's
kind of
like-
sputtering and choking.
That's almost like 3,000 of them, isn't it?
That's 1,000. There are 3,000 in total.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes. Wow.
Need a bigger tavern.
As to that, Nathaniel and a couple of the
Get a
others
bigger boat.
will be both putting some degree of do you know what the concept of a raffle is?
Can you explain that, please?
It's a random chance game. Drawing little slips of paper, that kind of thing, or balls out of a rolling cage.
Oh, like that the hand game where it's quill, paper, rock, or whatever. Yeah.
To an expanded extent, yes. There will be some degree of that, but I think we're also going to be doing a little bit of priority, she says, looking at Nathaniel. And Nathaniel sort of nods and looks over the rest of you. I believe it would be smart to send a good component of those of us that remember combat experience based on the location. Just in
Sounds like a
case.
good idea.
Would you agree, Tode?
Yes, that would likely be a good idea.
I believe combat experience, carpenters, smiths, maybe some farmers, if we are to export.
Or to assist those who are not of the same condition.
Indeed. Yes, as to that, do you have any plans as to advertise this town? Do you want this to be a personal project kept only to you and the Warforged and those that you trust and know, or do you want this to be put out there?
Look,
I
back and
thought
forth.
everybody knew about where all the towns were. They're hidden towns. They're secret towns.
Like a gift in-
There's no such.
You look incredulous at this. Or
I mean,
No, there's no such thing
this
as-
road
there's-
that goes to nowhere.
There's no such thing as secret towns, and when she says that, you hear the dwarf laugh, and as does James chuckle under his breath a bit. And Stenhouse goes, "Well, I wouldn't quite say that." Okay, there's no.
Are you just gonna look over and just go? Well, I mean, it's kind of like Coycraft. We saw it, but we don't know a thing about it.
Cass is just kind of muttering. I always told my mom there were people in pajamas around our house all the time.
There's,
She didn't believe me.
there's
What?
not so much secrets, but if it doesn't get mentioned a lot, most people don't tend to know about it.
I mean, honestly, how many of us knew much more than
Tarnstead.
around? Yeah.
Hand goes up slightly.
You're not from Tarnstead.
I mean,
That may be
he's
why.
completely
pretty
proper
sure
to
you're
raise his
also-
hands there.
Would program be the proper word for that? I guess you're programmed with the proper, but knowledgeable basis.
I mean,
I was
we're so
informed.
far out of the way. I don't really imagine that should be an issue if people know that we're down there. It's better that they know that we're defending the area, I guess, right?
And
More people willing to move.
and of course,
And it'll be good for business.
the usual border towns sets of rules will be in place. Taxation will be incredibly low, nearly non-existent at first. So there should be some incentive. And with such a contingent, I'm sure you'll be safe, especially if you are willing to oversee some of the defense, she says, looking at you, RG.
I was thinking I can probably help train and all that too. I'm not great on military stuff, but I know how to hit people.
Frankly, military defense has failed us a few times. The barbarians very much like to target our tactics and break ranks. Perhaps a more skirmish approach would be appropriate. And any organized stuff, I'm sure there are some experienced warforged that could apply that.
You have forward centuries with the Warforge.
Perhaps.
Hit and run.
It all depends on who is sent there. But I will admit I have a little bit of a bias. I am more willing to put stock in adventurers and what they do, being an ex-one myself. Honestly, I thought Brumo would be the one you had to struggle to convince. And Brumo sort of, we spend as much on a group of adventurers as we do on a regiment on a yearly basis. It's hard to justify.
This
We
would
get
also improve the economic ties of other towns in that region, which may be suffering from the loss of Tarnstead.
There wasn't anybody near us, so I think.
Yeah, we were like in boondock nowhere.
Tarnstead
Cass
did.
is actually going to speak up. Inn was
doing
always
trade stuff in
keeping
Southwest time.
What was that, Cass?
Sorry, I've turned up my gating because everyone outside is driving heavy trucks. So,
Alright, we can still hear them
Cass-
anyway.
well,
Yeah,
it's
anyway.
not as bad as it could be right now. It's like an armada outside. But Cass is going. Inn was always sending stuff to other towns, so there is going to be trade. So,
I think you'll find that personal projects such as the trade of few woodworking parts or some ale, just as looking at RG, is not a big economic hit. It's appreciated, but Tarnstead was not an economic staying house. In fact, it was a bit of a drain at times with how much it had to be supplied. But that is to ensure the security of the kingdom, and is thus an important expenditure, she says, looking at Brumore. If you can fulfill the same role and supply some export, well, you'd be very important indeed.
The most farms we saw was at Southwest time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was maybe like
Tarnstead,
little personal
Tarnstead
plots.
Tarnstead had a few farms in support of itself, but it was very out of the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a minor garrison and a population, it's hard to.
Oh, are there any questions? I suppose I should open up the floor to you all.
Gifton's glancing down. Just not sure if the floor opens up here.
What was? Wait, what was that last part? Out of character.
I was wondering, she's not sure if the ground does open up in this room.
Oh.
No, it's just like Goldfinger.
Please don't.
There's mention of mines. I mean, what would be contributable exports in general that we could set up? Are you talking like just raw materials and food, or is there
Whatever you find capable to do. Raw materials are always appreciated. Minerals, lumber, food, it's all good. If you actually export made goods, unfortunately that's the logistics you will have to figure out in the there and then.
Yeah. Would there be a requirement on those lines?
No, not at first. Like I said, things like taxation and such will be nearly non-existent. Once you have gotten up and established, we will send someone out to evaluate what the town is capable of supporting and whether it is functioning.
Will the kingdom be sending someone for governing?
Not at first, no. We have decided to, well, appoint Nathaniel.
And RG.
I'm gonna wave at Nathaniel.
RG will be in a leadership role, but forgive me if I say it's a little more informal.
That makes sense, frankly.
We want to have a show of good faith to our new citizens.
understandable? And
frankly, there is a, if you'll forgive me, she says, actually looking at Nathaniel and Talday, there is a cause for testing how well you do as an independent leadership role. I understand this.
Makes sense.
And I will prove to you that me and my people can stand on our own when required. Well, okay. So,
If I may.
Yes?
We hear from the treasury is the royal, but this is the military side of this, I have to say.
Well, you've had, some of you have been privy to our discussions already, but we'll be supporting you with a small contingent ourselves. Unfortunately, not particularly large. No garrison as such yet. Just a few patrolsmen. Unfortunately, we can barely spare people at this point in time. But we can provide you with intelligence as to barbarian movements. We do have a force down in their region right now. And, well,
Do you trust this group, sir?
what, you lot?
Affirmative.
Of course.
And do you trust this group to take care of the Goliath issue in that area?
You've had more stuck with the Goliaths than a lot of people. Maybe not you personally, Talday, but the group you're attached to. I think that...
How much leeway would you give for diplomatic relations?
If you can end the war, whichever way you can, then I'd be more than happy, and I'm sure the kingdom would be happy. So, plenty. Although, don't go giving away territory, of course.
If that is true, and you have forces there, is it possible that they may liaise, possibly defer to those with greater experience with dealing with this, that you trust to address this issue?
So you're asking if you could have some matter of command over them?
If necessary, yes.
I'd have to discuss that with some of my people, but I don't see a problem with you being advisors.
That would be appreciated for consideration.
I'll see about establishing communication for you, yes?
I think
Yes.
Gifton has plenty of sending stones she can spare.
Oh, we'll set up a far more reliable network than that.
I'm running out of them. Stop!
How dare you imply that gifted sending stones are not the most reliable network?
Why don't you ever buy any?
She
and
has
hand
a
them out?
bandolier of sending stones.
I'm looking at Corvus. Why don't you ever buy any and hand them out?
I've never had the opportunity to do that. You've always bought out all the stores.
No, I haven't. I left like 5 at the last one.
If we could keep on target, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, well...
Glare at Corvus. It's your fault.
You do seem to have the confidence of our military branch. In fact, I've not heard Jensen speak kindly of many people, and yet he seems to vouch for your character. And Jensen just sort of brings his hand up to his mouth, as if not wanting to discuss such things.
Out of character because I'm horrible with this. Which one was yours?
Jensen was the one that interrogated you all after the incident.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've never interrogated us.
Gifton is giving Jensen that wary look of he didn't like me. I'm pretty sure he didn't like me.
That would be considered high praise.
Yes, indeed. And with the fact that you have such confidence in him gives me great confidence as well. So, on the King's behalf, I will approve this project. Now, there is the manner of land ownership. The town will be, of course, to the kingdom, but it is traditional for those that head it up to be given some governorship. You are a large group, so you will not be given quite the holdings as some individuals would be. But we will allocate each of you some small part of land.
Okay.
Just since we were talking about financing, would we be able to, I don't know how this works, purchase more if needed? Or
That could be discussed, yes. The township's radius will be 10 miles. That will be considered its land. Of course, we do not mind farms and such being set up beyond this, but for the purpose of governorship and your own rules, that will be the township's area. Yes?
okay.
Furthermore, for each of you, we are going to allocate a 4-mile square plot of land in the surrounding areas.
Corvus looks a little confused.
Gifton's eyes look like they're thinking this over a little too hard, and looks over and leans over to Care. Is a mile as big as I think it is?
I don't know. I can't think of how big a mile is. How many miles have we travelled?
1,000,000?
I don't like that number.
5,280 feet.
So
This is where we said to hear, what's a foot?
The length of this. And
That's
he
at
points
least
to his foot.
it's 3 brownies stacked on top of each other.
It's a really weird measurement. 3
Yeah.
brownies stacked on. I want that to start being the measurement of feet now. How many
Okay.
brownies is this?
Nathaniel himself will be given governorship of the Tarnstead region. Oh, well, I
God.
suppose. Is that the name you want to run with, or are you going to think of a new name?
I don't really like the idea of using Tarnstead again. I think it's Dead and buried.
Didn't you
Moving on is
have
not a bad
the
idea.
idea of calling it Beacon, Gifton?
Yeah, I like the idea of beacon because Sailor was talking
beacon
about
of hope.
the. Yeah. I look over at Nathaniel and nod. Yeah.
I think this is a fine idea. Beacon it is then. Okay, Nathaniel shall be given governorship over Beacon.
Yeah, mister, that is bacon. Got it.
The thing is,
Bacon.
if you mishear it as bacon, you still think good thoughts.
Yeah. It's bacon, basically the same thing. They
Yeah.
bring hope.
Bacon gives me hope.
Totally
the
be our
Church
export.
of Holy Bacon.
I will totally
Just want
be
to
our
get people
export.
coming down to see the city of bacon.
Disappointment abound.
You mean it's not made out of bacon?
You guys are going to have 1-star reviews on Yelp.
No. See, we'll just have to make that our primary.
Okay, we need to
export
establish a
location is
pig
bacon.
industry for bacon.
Bacon.
So that means that our homes would be 10 miles outside of town?
Your land, you could have holdings within the town itself.
Oh, okay.
Of course, I mean, you have plenty of room to build your estates if that's where you wish to be.
Seems like an awful lot of room.
Well, what you decide to do with the land is yours. Many lords and ladies use land for just preserves and hunting, so there's no need to build on it. Any natural resources you find that are good for export, of course, will be within your possession and, well, belong to you.
Gifton gets excited. What if we could get the tree? Look over here. You know the tree? The wedding tree?
Oh. Yeah,
Maybe we can get that. Yeah.
yeah.
All the way in Tarnstead?
Well, it's 10 miles out, so I don't know how far out that is. Because it was actually outside Tarnstead anyway.
This map should be accurate to
So you're about 100 miles from
Oh, yeah,
Tarnstead.
probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, Karen
Yeah, the
Gifton do
tree's
not
probably
understand
like-
this distance, though.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
understand this distance. We don't
tree's
understand.
probably
I'm
maybe
looking at a map right now, and
500 yards.
my foot, my little foot is like going between different steps over to the different locations, and I'm like, this doesn't look far at all. I can walk this map astride.
Wow.
Of course,
I haven't figured this out at all.
we are willing to put you close to the beacon, as well, you'll be in support of the area. If you wish for your estates to be elsewhere within reason, that can be arranged. Frankly, there's a lot of untamed, unneeded land out there right now.
I'm fine with being near the town. I don't know about the others.
Probably preferable to
So
be
is
near town.
the whatever living arrangements or facilities that we create in town is separate from this 4 miles of land?
You will be, whatever you build in town will be for the town. I hope you realize, privately owned buildings are fine, but frankly, if Nathaniel decides that you need to be evicted from the town, then you can say goodbye to it. Well, I don't imagine that's going to happen. And Nathaniel, if a warforged could frown, he would be frowning, and then you just see his head slowly shaking.
Could totally burn the town down these days. Oh God. Right, he doesn't eat. Never mind. We don't have to worry about Gifton's cooking. Out of character, not in character.
Anything else?
When would we be leaving?
We would appreciate it if you went ahead of the supply wagons and the main body that we are moving down there. Make sure the area is safe and secure. It will take some time to prepare our own forces to move, though, so if you could leave within the span of a week, we'd appreciate it. If you need longer, then that's acceptable to an extent.
Any preference in how we go down there? I don't know how long it's going to take for the supplies to get down.
The supplies will be going over land. Frankly, it's easier just to send a supply train out from Wyndon than it is to arrange lots of different switching of boat passage and so on.
So
if you wish to move faster and go along the rivers, that's entirely down to you. We don't mind how you go there.
We could ride back over to Roadvale again, and then maybe ride down to Wintertop and head over Dullwood Southwest time on the way and go say goodbye to some people.
Sounds
I
like a
would
good idea.
appreciate it stopping.
And I'd like to check to make sure Southwest time's still holding up against the Fae.
Yes, that's probably a good idea.
They were kind of riled.
Kind of a lot.
No. Adventurers, always with responsibilities to elsewhere. Well, as long as you don't get too distracted.
Shouldn't we?
Out of curiosity,
Corvus watches something move across the room.
land holdings. At
Yes.
which point would they normally bestow a title?
Oh, well, for immediacy, really.
Lord Telday.
Oh, yes,
Are you saying that they have earned themselves title?
you as well.
I do not require lands.
You don't wish to have land?
I do not acquire lands.
Oh, I don't require a delicious slice of bacon in a good bit of sweetbread, but I'd love to indulge in it.
It would probably be a really good example to your people, Telday, if you assimilated the same way the rest of us are doing.
Lord Nathaniel, Lord Telday, it's two good examples. Of course, if you wish to turn down this honor, it's within your right.
Yeah, give you a place to settle down when you finally stop.
You could also let the other use that land while you're gone.
Then that will be acceptable.
Okay, well, good. I don't like having to explain why someone has turned down an honor. In that case, lords and ladies, I'm afraid here comes the boring part. We will have to discuss logistics and all of the things Brumor loves. And what will actually follow is a meeting that lasts about 2 hours. Where
So
the minutia of everything is discussed.
How many times since we know I'm figuring this has happened, how many times does Kara fall asleep?
Kara and Gifton are probably actually pretty excited about this because this is about our home.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It's boring as shit, but we're still sitting there. We're those people that are like sitting there buying their first car, their first house, and somebody's trying to explain the whole contract. We don't hear a fucking word of it. We're just
Yep,
keep talking. This is great.
It's about a 2-hour-long meeting. Refreshments and some small bits of food are brought in midway. And by the end of it, there is a plan drawn up on how to settle this area, how much funding the town's going to receive, and all of the things that we're not going to actually cover because it's absolute madness.
Yay!
Step 1, steal socks.
Yeah.
Step 2, blah, blah, blah. Step 3, profit.
Yes, exactly. And as that sort of goes, Bruno seems very pleased. Adby is, in fact, showing more boredom than perhaps Gifton and Kara are. And it's like, are we done? We're done? Thank the gods. Okay, a few more small matters, just quick, because I want to go home.
Is it getting late?
It took about 2 hours, so it's
It was 4 o'clock.
6.
It's 6 o'clock now.
Yep.
So you
No,
need-
he's asked.
I think in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be about 6:30. What time is it? And you actually see her pull out a pocket watch. Yes, it's 6:04.
It should be okay.
That is
Do you
quite
have a prior
lovely.
engagement?
I
thank you.
I have some eyewear I need to acquire. I was told not to be late.
No.
Well, I think they can handle the fact that you're in an important meeting.
I'm not entirely sure about that one.
do you need us to write you a note?
What? No.
And she smiles, and she seems to appreciate that Gifton is giggling at that.
Gifton likes the halfling.
Our kind generals here have mentioned that you are all interested in an airship.
Yeah, we weren't sure what the process was for purchasing something like that, or even doing that, because it might be good for covering long distances and getting back home.
Yes, well, tell me, are you interested in a newly commissioned vessel or an old one?
What could we get?
As long as it's gonna be flyable, I don't know if
we
we
don't
have
really
to have a new
any
one.
experience with them, so we're kind of just whatever is affordable and we can use.
Well, what do you deem to be affordable?
Opens bag of holding, dumps gold and platinum.
Please don't
And
do that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Stenhouse is going to sort of lean in close. Gifton goes, the man I'm arranging for your to visit will be likely to pay you a handsome sum. I am talking at least several digits.
100 gold.
What's the digit?
Gifton's looking at her fingers and going, "How much are fingers worth?"
Corvus can answer that.
That's disturbing.
I'm not sure if it'd be about 200,000 gold or more. I'm not sure how much Earth ships would go.
Okay. You see, some of our older vessels that are just seeing very, very short-range border patrols these days. We could easily part with one for about 20,000 gold. One of the newer models, about 60,000.
We don't have to put nearly as much money into it. Yay. Do we want to do a newer model? Are the newer models safer?
Oh, much. Far less
Newer
prone to
model.
falling out of the air.
Yeah, newer model, please.
Falling out is bad. Looks at wing.
And the latest magical engines, no sickness amongst the crew.
There's
That
sickness
is-
amongst the crew normally?
Oh, the old ships, we had to rotate people in and out constantly.
Yeah. Let's please go with less
Yeah,
sickness.
new model.
I don't
New
no,
model
no,
sounds good.
no,
Yeah.
New model.
Radiation.
If you just wish for the airship itself, it's a rather easy process for adventurers of your rank. If you wish for armament on it, it's a little more...
I don't think we need any weapons on it, do we?
Most likely, it may be useful.
Captain, there was a dragon turtle in the ocean.
I shot that
Very-
dragon turtle.
Very next to the coastline. What is in the air?
There.
Dragons,
I
mostly,
mean,
and
there
they're
was.
friendly.
There's
Well,
dragons,
there was
there's
that one
griffins.
If I
dragon.
might offer a little bit of advice from a former adventurer,
Absolutely.
we found it far easier in our day to fit the vessel with our own weapons.
And does that need any special
None at all.
permission? Okay.
I was gonna say they probably don't check it after it's left.
Oh, they don't have occasional checks. The vessels can operate for about 18 months on their reserves, but it's advised to come in for refueling at least once a year for safety reasons.
Recommendations on armaments may be appreciated.
Oh,
From an experienced adventurer, it'd be really great to hear some of your input.
I'm sure I can
Cass is
find
gonna
some
pipe
spare
up
time to
behind us.
write up a list of recommendations.
Thank you.
Cass is just going to pipe up slightly under her breath at the refueling part. She's like, yeah, the hamsters need to be let out of their cages every so often.
The centaur catapult.
In a second.
Yeah, we're just going to put a big centaur wheel at the...
No. Centaur catapult. That's one of our weapons.
Oh, she does not catch that, Cass.
Congrats.
I'm perceived for voting. We have an electric centaur. If we need to attack something, we just launch it through the air. Can't be.
Just let it hold on to 2 metal rods and just.
Now, I will advise
Wheel
you.
with shag carpet.
Would we actually be able to get on and off a ship like that, though, without having a proper tower?
Oh yes, the scout ships are more than capable of landing.
Okay, good, because I don't want to have to build a massively, incredibly tall tower in the middle of the woods.
Oh yes, I should clarify. Have you seen a scout ship before?
No,
We've seen some
we
airships.
saw the 3 ships that went to Surdur when we were in
Oh
Roadvale.
yes, those are our largest vessels. The scout ships are far smaller. More akin to some of the smaller merchant vessels that you'll see in the water.
Without the rowing.
Yes, without the rowing.
We
Arrowing.
would also appreciate assistance in possibly finding people to hire for crew.
Well,
Since
that
I
is
don't know
another
if
matter I
we're
wanted to
properly trained.
discuss. Of course, we can provide you with crew on the short term. However, if you are going to be putting this kind of expenditure, we'd like to train you in its use.
I'm always for learning new skills.
Right. Well, that's good then. The turnaround time on a vessel like this is roughly 10 months to build one. So this won't be an immediate thing, I'm afraid.
That's fine. I think
That's
that would
probably
be
fine, yeah.
that would be quite all right.
When the vessel is finished, we will send word, and if you are willing, we can begin training you on its use.
Cass is actually going to speak up, but a used ship is more readily available.
Well, frankly, if you're paying for a new ship, you probably want a new ship, and we are using most of our new ships.
Well, no, I'm just thinking with a.
If we get a
With an
used
older
ship, you'll get sick. I don't want to get sick.
Oh, they've been retrofitted, so it's not too bad. Some minor leaks, but
Too bad.
And
That means it's still bad.
I was just thinking more being able to supply the town faster. Because
I'm sure we can find a way.
going over land all the way from Winden down to the area where Tarnstead was, that's a long trip. And
We've got
the supplies to build the town
carpenters.
will not fit on one of our scout vessels, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
but back and forth
They're-
could speed up some stuff.
Well, once the initial town is supplies have been brought down there, you should be able to work from the local area.
Yeah, we should just be getting wood and lumber from the nearby forests, right?
Yes,
And
Wyndham will
everything
not be
like that.
supplying you. Farms from Southwest Hyman and Elbridge will be your main source, beyond what you establish yourselves.
Yeah, the goal is to be self-sufficient, so.
I think it's better to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whether you want a new vessel or an old one is no real concern of mine. I'm just saying the logistics of taking things down is not really part of the concern.
Okay.
In fact, I think you'll find if you use the scout vessel to ferry the supplies and the people down there repeatedly, it would probably end up taking as long for back and forth trips as it would for one large train.
And we'd not be there the majority of the time because we'd be traveling on the scout ship.
And I don't think a week would be probably long enough to train us.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it would take roughly a month for us to call one of the vessels in from its patrols anyway. And then probably
Okay.
another month to overhaul it, make sure it's safe for your use, remove some of the military armaments. But if it's a avenue you're interested in,
By then we'd already be there with the supplies for building the town, wouldn't we? With the train?
yes.
Then
It's just might as well just commission a new vessel.
Hmm.
Can we
Okay.
get a name it?
Yeah. Yes, it'll be yours. The name. In fact, if you'd like, you could be there for the christening ceremony.
Well, that's like almost a year from now, right?
Mm-hmm. If you're not that fussed about it, though, we'll just make sure it's named as you please.
How do you christen a airship?
Traditionally, you smash a bottle against it.
Delicate glass everywhere.
Oh, yes. Waste of good wine.
I was just saying, imagine all the stuff
It's
inside
full?
the bottle.
You
Oh,
do
yes.
it with a full,
Good wine.
full bottle?
Oh, yes.
Why do you use good wine for that?
Because
they
ships
didn't
are
say it was-
special.
Oh, I was just saying, they didn't say good wine. They just said wine.
She said good wine.
Better wine would indicate a greater honor.
Shaking
Yes,
her head like
exactly.
she just cannot understand this at all. Waste.
Yes, a lot of waste. Right, okay then.
British.
Well, my lords and ladies to be, I need you to sign some things.
I wonder if we're gonna have the. How was your signing document again?
Alright, so, she actually pulls out a large wreath of papers. And some of them are for individual signing. Seems to be doing for your own lordship, pledging to the kingdom, all that sort of thing. There's one that, a few that you're all required to sign, and this is for the beacon signatory, essentially. Mm-hmm. And again, there's a lot of stuff about, pledging to the kingdom, yada yada, service to the king. If any of you want to make checks to try and spot if there's any wording that you would not like, you're more than welcome to do so.
I will.
Okay,
What
check
is
is it?
It will be a investigation check. If you have calligrapher's things, you will get advantage.
You know what? Goodbye, inspiration. Nope. That is what I expect from Gifted.
31.
24.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go, Carlos.
20 and over. The only thing that might be of note is just a thing of not acting against the nation's will and so on. But if that's not a problem for you, there isn't any trap clauses or anything in this. There's nothing that says they're going to take your money or anything like that.
But what if we want to make our own kingdom with blackjack? No.
In fact, Carrick, this is a pretty fair document, all things told.
I'm gonna make the horrible check now to make my signature, because we all know how this usually ends. Gonna make it with my dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how horrible my roll for calligraphy is.
It's possible. It's fine. Yeah,
12 ain't bad.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Once everyone's signed up, she collects up the papers and she sort of hops back down onto her chair and then onto the floor. And you see the treasurer sort of stand as well, as do Jensen, Rhett James, and Stenhouse. Well, in that case, I think we can finally call this meeting done.
Thank you, lady.
Thank you for attending.
Thank you.
And I'll see about leaving that list with Stenhouse. I'm sure you'll see him again. You all these seem to be good friends.
We would appreciate that.
Right, okay. Well, in that case, lords, ladies, well, that's actually official now. Lords, ladies, and she gives a bow, but there's a bit of a grin on her face as she does so, as if
Gifton's gonna give a curtsy.
Yeah.
It has been an honor to meet you.
I have one question about the paperwork. Did Gifton and Carrot total get a 4-mile radius one, or did they get a bigger one because they're each?
No, unfortunately, you're a married couple.
Oh, thank God, because I actually would have argued that they want the smaller one. They don't want that much space.
Gifton and Care just kind of got gypped, but I don't think they mind.
They don't mind.
Cass would have tried to arrange a trade to get more land.
I'm gonna land deal for Cassie.
Cass is like, I want more woods
More trees.
to tree.
Mm-hmm.
More trees to tree.
Gifton's gonna get up on Dingus and then flap over and land on Roselle's shoulder.
Cass is actually perking up real quick. Just one last quick question, actually. Does our land grant have to be down by Beacon?
Actually, Ali was about to draw a shape for you all as you right, basically. Oh, that's a terrible box. Ignore that box. You are being given a choice of land within this region, essentially. So
okay.
you guys can choose any area down there. And one of the fun things we're going to be doing is random rolls to see if there are any resources for you.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
But we will be doing that after session.
Do you want it to be that box, or like follow the borders of the little provinces?
Nope, you can do anywhere within that box. And even basically slightly outside. It's basically that, because I couldn't do a circle.
Okay.
Yeah. How do I do a circle?
Alt.
You hold alt.
Is it alt?
Yes. Yep. Hold Alt and
Drag.
Okay.
See, like this.
Alt and drag. Alright, I'm just going to do that and then move it.
And then you just move it. That's what you do. Here you go.
I want mine in this region.
There you go.
Alright, cool.
I want mine in that region.
Hey, you can follow
Hey.
through your tree, Gifton.
It includes, yeah,
Right,
part
yeah,
of that.
that area.
Yeah, I'd say your tree could be at the edge of that.
Yeah, I want to get that tree because that tree that tree's important to the brownies.
You want your holdings to be slightly nearer Tarnstead.
Yeah, slightly near church because Gifton and Kara want to get the wedding tree that the brownies used to do.
Out of character, just thought of stupidity. Where was Grandma again? She's like up in this
way
area.
over
way
here.
over there.
Yeah.
Or is she in down
She's
here?
essentially
Isn't
where
that
that.
this blue?
She's essentially where your
exactly
token
where your
is.
token
Yeah.
sitting.
Yeah,
Oh,
where your token's
she is-
at. Yeah, it's
your
right there,
token-
remember?
he's sitting on
I should have been
Grandma's
like, can I get holdings over at that area?
Just as an output right here. I just want that now.
we're just gonna have this holding right here. That seems like a really weird amount. It's just like, no, we want it there. It's trust me. Grandma, by the way.
I own your land.
No, it's like
You
Grandma.
officially own that now.
No, but nobody can take your land in the kingdom. Why?
To be fair,
It's
part of that's already owned by the Capes.
Yeah, that's probably
The
owned by an
Capes
old.
have-
Yeah,
That other
that's what
thing is
this
there.
was the
Yeah, that's why
Capes.
the other mark is there.
Yeah,
That's literally why you arranged to deal with them for her to help. or
with
why
their
she arranged to deal
mining
with them
stuff.
for them to
Remember?
help
Yeah.
The mine.
Yeah, but yeah, probably is close
Yeah.
enough. That they
Which,
probably-
which evidently that deal has now kind of fallen through because
No,
we're not really doing much over there anymore. But
I mean we weren't doing anything over there to begin with. Just between the
Their deal
island.
still
We got
holds.
the island from them, so
Yeah,
yeah.
it's more of an arrangement
Yeah.
between them.
Mhm.
And then there's a whole discussion beyond the island of hey,
Yeah, there was.
Talk
She
with
was going to offer them protection and shit like that while they're in the area, and they made an agreement for. She basically
Not
handled
to
the whole
dig
thing
too
with
close to the
Albert.
place.
Corvus will head out to go to his appointment.
you're gonna go
Not
to your
be late.
appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone filters out. Adaby
I
actually
mean,
stops to shake hands with people.
This is where we crouch, right? Out of character, crouch,
This-
shake hands.
I don't think Archie has to. Archie's almost the same height, bro.
This is immediately awkward.
Yeah, she just sort of
She
squats
gets to
down,
crouch to
holds
you.
out her little finger to your Gifton.
I'll take her finger and shake.
Pleasure to meet you all.
I'm older.
You have a good night.
This is novel for her, I'm sure.
And the dwarf, however, just sort of gives you all sort of respectful nod, and he just starts to head on out.
it has been an honor to meet both of you. Hopefully, I shall do so again.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure. A pleasure.
Thank you for the suggestions, also.
And
I am gonna flap after Razel really quick.
yeah, Razel sort of waits outside, as does Stenhouse actually. Jensen also gives you a respectful nod as he heads on off. And Nathaniel stops out as well. And just looks at Telday. I look forward to setting up this endeavor with you all.
Yes, That reminds me of another endeavor that I have been working on arranging.
Hmm?
I have spoken to the captain.
Ah, what did he have to say?
He would be willing to meet with you, although he seems to view it as an odd request.
I can imagine so, but a necessary one all the same. May I go see him now? Did he state a time, a place?
I believe we could go see him. I believe it would be best if I go with.
If you would be willing to accompany me, then I am free now.
Wait, do we know which captain he's talking about?
I have no idea which captain he's talking about right
Norn.
now. No, but I don't
In
actually know
character,
that. I don't actually
I do
know the
not
character
know
he's talking
for
about
sure,
story.
no.
I do not know. I'm just going to kind of tilt my head and watch.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Wavies.
Sir, salute.
Yeah, there's a couple of quick salutes back.
Bye, Lord Tilde. Bye, Lord Nathaniel.
That will take getting used to.
I think that'll be taking time to get used to for all of us.
Ardy's gonna sit there and just go speak for yourself.
Enjoy the perks of lordship.
Given my family, does this technically make me a double lady or a triple lady?
Yes, I'm sure it
No,
works like
cancels
that.
So I'm just gonna be giving a bit of a shit-eating grin with that.
I'm sure the Force will be excited to hear about the expansion of their holdings.
Well, hopefully we didn't embarrass anybody too badly in there.
I think you.
Didn't seem like it.
I think you did fine. In fact, they seem to like you as far as they go. Not been in too many meetings with them, but yes, you all did all right. Rizal says. Well, I'm surprised to see you here. Are you rested enough, Gifton?
I'm doing quite well today.
You sure?
I'm going to beam a smile.
God, she's chipper than I am right now.
Of course, look at her. She's absolutely fine.
Look at how.
She is literally a speck on the ground. I assume she is fine.
Didn't you perch up on James's shoulder?
I perched up on James' shoulder.
Outside of character.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, healthy young lady, bright and spry as ever.
Yep.
Well, I owe you all a meeting arrangement, so I will be taking care of that post haste.
Oh, thank you so
Thank you,
much,
sir.
General.
What meeting?
We're gonna sell the coins.
Oh, that's you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you took off. You went off to go do your eyeball thing again.
Oh, okay, you're not there.
Yeah.
And I'll come see you as soon as I have something, okay?
All right, General.
Absolutely, Tom.
Lords and ladies, I knew you would all amount to great things. Because don't let it go to your heads.
Oh my! You've got to explain this to Grandma and Mom. This is gonna be fun.
I
Oh,
guess we're like the second or third set of Fae to be lords and ladies.
oh. What's
Oh, yeah,
the first?
I think it would be Nathaniel if he was already.
Well, you all made at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Also, I don't think
Or
Nathaniel
tied.
really considers himself Fae.
And wouldn't that make you? Wouldn't there be four then too at that point?
Don't they?
Yeah,
Yes.
4 of us. Yep.
Again,
I wonder.
I don't think the Warforged consider themselves Fae. It was just a place they were.
I wonder from the first
something
Lord of Draconic blood since the war.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, probably doubtful.
God.
In that case, with that logic, I think you're the first Fae Lord and Lady.
Oh, that'll be complicated to explain.
in this realm.
That's unfortunately a term my people use quite often.
Yes, we don't quite... And he suddenly looks very hesitant.
It's not a good way.
Cass is actually going to lean over to Gifton.
Maybe it's just gifting and care.
Actually, if we run into another issue like we did Southwest time, you would be completely proper passing yourself off as a lady. Because you are a Fae and a lady at that point.
I am neither wise nor brave enough to broach any matters into how you should deal with Fae.
Very
Smart.
carefully.
You're a very smart man, sir.
Yes, yes,
I mean, to be fair, we aren't wise enough either.
And
Yeah.
yeah. Kind of pipe up. Gifting, you're actually more officially a lady or a nobility than the hat rack is.
Don't talk about him like that.
hat rack.
That's her nickname for.
She didn't like the one who took her out.
Oh, the intruder. Right. Yes. Well, I wouldn't say that to their face, considering the reports, but
Yeah.
who am I to tell you what you should be doing? Venturers, you do what you want. But still, again, don't let the lordship get to your heads. You have to stay grounded, keep down with the troops, you know. And he jabs James's shoulder when he says that.
I'm perched up on this shoulder.
Yeah, you get jostled a bit.
Hey.
Look up, kid.
Always got to remain one of the boys, right, James? Yes, sir. Good.
But you
Right.
didn't want the girls.
Oh, I'm going to go get some dinner, and then I'm going to go talk to a fellow collector.
Oh, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye. You'll have a good night.
Well, good night.
You also?
And he wanders off, and you're just sort of left there with Raziel. Lets out a little breath.
See, there's part of me that really wishes out of character that we know it's not true, but it turned out somehow Stennis was completely fucking aware of what James was.
Well,
I'm gonna slide off Dingus's saddle for a second, give Raz's neck a quick hug before I climb back up. All right, you be good.
oh, I'm always good.
She has Enochian wards, so don't press her too hard.
Yes, I was wanting to ask you all about this.
What about it?
What exactly have you gotten me into? Care was, and he looks at Care. Not the most
You
descriptive.
said that you wanted us to help broach you getting to meet with her.
I did not expect things to go quite so rapidly.
Well,
she
meetings
didn't-
are happening at a very rapid pace.
She also didn't expect what I did.
She knows about Carrick's communications and with otherness, and she's alarmed. And she was saying, from what I gathered in our conversation, she wants to very much cooperate and give information she's technically not supposed to have, and she would like some protection.
And you think this is genuine?
Yeah, it felt very genuine.
Out of character.
Mm-hmm.
I need to step away.
Okay, you go take a little breaky wakey. In fact, everyone, you can take 5 minutes. We're going to have a short drink / potty break.
All right.
Okay. By the way,
Resume.
And we're back. Okay. Oh no, I need to remember where we were now. Okay,
I said that she seemed kind of on our side
Yes,
because
that's right.
because you know, she seemed
Right.
I think you can trust her a bit. I mean I know you've got a better sense of people than probably I do, but she doesn't really seem that fond of the boys club. She kind of admitted that she just really, it was an access to information, and she doesn't really attach to them. And she also told us that, I don't know if you know this, but the entire gentlemen are apparently going to be array with our friend now Luce, because apparently they were stealing power from her.
Really? That's news to me.
Yeah, and she let us know that, and she said that the entire hierarchy is probably in major disarray right now.
Well,
Notably,
So-
she let us know that for free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think she was a little suspicious of what you wanted from her, and you know, there's that. But I given the play, we kind of were we ended up being fairly honest with her, and she really doesn't want to see everything go away.
oh, I
And
guess that's
so she's
a
on our side.
common cause, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think she will be aggressive towards you if you don't also, but I will warn you, she did tell me she has Enochian words. And she did tell me about that. So I also told her not to call you Jimmy under any circumstance.
He frowns momentarily. Why? What?
Because you said you didn't want that.
Don't. And it seemed to sort of rub his brow a bit.
She already knew who you were.
Oh, I know
yeah,
she knows who I am,
yeah,
but still, don't put the thought in people's heads.
That's half the fun.
For you, perhaps.
Yes, for her, very much.
Right, little Miss Mischievous. Thank you for the warning.
It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. You sure you want to go by yourself?
I think it's perhaps the best. If you are sure of her intent, then perhaps I should show some good faith as well.
All right.
Right then, my friends.
She makes very nice sandwiches and little tea cakes, and she's quite nice.
I think I will avoid eating or drinking anything she provides me for the meantime.
Okay. Yeah, don't stare at her eyes too much. She burned them out trying to read your book.
And it seems a little cruel, but there is actually a fake little smirk on his face when you say that. Well, good
also,
to know something's
let us
hold.
know that you're okay tomorrow. That way we know whether or not we have to go stomping in there.
Simon DeFer, I think the most she could do with him is tell him rather forcibly to leave.
Yeah, I think that mostly she'd just kick him out of the house with the words.
I hope so.
Told that she is very much out of her power scale.
Well, I tell you what, I will have Rickville stay outside and observe if anything happens. He will alert care.
All right, that sounds fair.
Good then. Well, I hope the rest of you have a good night.
Well, some of my magic is working again.
That's good. See, you just need some time, that's all.
Did you some time? And honestly, I would have been climbing all over the tavern today.
Well, it
So
was
it's probably
nice to
better
see
I
you.
just rode around on the pseudo dragon. We got a house at the store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll be ready in a couple months.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. Well, we'll let you do what you're doing.
Well, do be sure once it's in place, you give me a nice show and tell. You know, and want to see your place, look around.
Yeah, you can step around it. That's a bit of a chuckle.
I think your scale's going to be a bit off, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should all probably get dinner and some rest.
Okay, lords
Good night,
and
General
ladies.
Roselle.
Good night.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
sir.
And he will just sort of wander off down into the deeper depths of the facility.
Yeah.
As you are all
Archie
able
will
to
say, quiet, just see if you can hear it. Good night, Jimbo.
Don't call him that.
There is no obvious reaction.
But
Seriously,
you may
RG vanishes in the night, never to be seen again. Okay. Corvus,
Yes.
you head out to the Glassmakers, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you arrive there, and the shop seems dim. There's no sort of lights on in it or anything like that. Did you try the door?
Mm-hmm.
It's open.
Guten Abend, good evening. Hello.
Ah, who's that?
It's Corvus Adalas.
Oh,
He's just in the door frame. He's not like inside the shop.
and you can actually hear this from what seems to be a back room, and sort of being inside now, you can see a little bit of light coming in from a back door.
He will proceed. Corvus Atalas is the one who ordered the glasses this afternoon.
Oh, yes. You're
Too early?
you're early.
Splendid.
I mean, they're done, but I said not too late.
Well, I imagine this was not too late.
It's early though. Come through.
Okay. He's a gnome, right?
Mhm.
All right. Corvus is making note on gnome time schedules. This time is classified as too early. More investigation for too late. Ugh. Yes.
Right.
Sorry.
You step back for the back door. Yeah, it opens up. Hot. It is hot, Corvus.
Hot.
It is hot. There is a glowing furnace, and he is currently working glass.
Oh. It's quite.
Yes, don't look too much at it. And you see him sort of twirling these metal rods around each other, making something quite ornate. Quickly grabbing up a pair of metal pincers, pinching glass, shaping it. And just a moment. I need to get this done.
No hurry. I can just watch.
And you watch him create a small glass dragon, which he sets down.
Very pretty.
Pretty? What? Dragons are fierce.
Yes, it is. It is pretty in your craft.
You do not have the eye. And he actually lifts a pair of goggles that he's wearing. Right, you want your glasses, yes?
That is the intention of this, yes.
That's my gold.
Right here, I'll count it out.
It's counted by you. And he will
Feel free.
Count it out himself. And
there's actually 350 in there.
And as he counts it out, you can watch that glass dragon cool. And it is covered in tiny little specks of light. It looks like something was worked into the glass. It sparkles like starlight.
It's a very interesting display it's showing.
What?
This is the
glasses?
No, it's the dragon. Sorry, it's caught my eye. It's just sparkling.
Oh, there's just some powders in the glass. It creates a nice sparkle effect.
It does. Is it for anything special?
No. Things don't have to be for something special to be made.
Well, you made glasses for me. I assume it may have been an order as well.
No. Inspiration. You have to make something when it comes to you. Like this. And he actually stops counting the gold and rummages around in a little drawer and then sets a very boxy metal little dog looking thing on the desk. It would fit in the palm of your hand easily. What do you think?
May I take a closer look? He will very gingerly pick up the little glass doggo.
It's not glass, metal.
Oh, it's metal. Okay. It's
crudely wrought, but as you sort of look it over, there seems to be just an assortment of gears and springs in this sort of little boxy body.
Is it mechanical?
Clockwork.
What does it do?
Twist its tail.
Twist.
Yeah, and you rotate the tail around, winding the springs within, and when you let go of it, the legs just start to move. Very crudely.
You set it on the table.
It wobbles along.
It's like one of the little... It's reminds me of one of my compatriots' pets. Kind of wobbles like that.
No, I didn't get the idea from your compatriots.
No, it reminded me.
There's some squinting eyes at you.
She has a rust monster that is wobbly.
Oh no, it's not a rust monster, it's a dog.
I understand it's a dog, sir.
Well, a rust monster would probably like it. It's metal, you know.
Yes, but it is good craftsmanship, so I imagine that would be...
What? No, it's not.
It's not good craftsmanship?
Oh no, it's a quick step to give a job.
Oh, is this clockwork?
Yes. I just wanted to see if it would move right. Look at this. Do you think dogs are box-shaped?
Yes, say
Have you
yes.
seen some
Just
dogs?
say yes. No,
I
she
am.
loaf.
To be fair, I am unfamiliar with clockwork contraptions.
You're familiar
so
with dogs, right?
I am familiar with dogs.
Does
yes.
it look like a dog?
It has the appropriate features of a dog, but not the generalized shape.
And it's not good work. Just a test.
Well, it's a prototype.
Yes.
Uh,
But your glasses are fine work. And
that is good to know.
and yeah, she moves over to his work table and picks up a solid leather case, it looks like, which he just holds out to you.
You take the case, open it up.
And in there are a very, very finely made pair of glasses.
Try them on. Boop.
They fit perfectly, Corvus. In fact, you can barely feel them.
Perfect.
Yes, you see fine, yes? No distortion?
No distortion whatsoever.
Good. Right then, that seems to be the right amount of gold. Right, you have your glasses. Any other orders?
Are you going to sell that little dragon figurine?
Should buy this.
I would find somebody who would probably much appreciate this as a gift.
I don't know anybody to give it to as a gift.
I would buy it.
You want to buy it?
If you're willing to sell it.
I was only going to smash it, so sure.
Okay.
It's 300 gold.
You were just going to smash it.
But now you want to buy it.
Oh, come
Of course,
on.
worth money.
You said it was such fine craftsmanship, right?
To me it is, yes.
Clearly you see its value.
Well, I appreciate work where it has a intrinsic value to a beholding eye.
Yeah, I said I have helped you see we're very good, right? Yes.
They do. Here's another 300.
Fucking hell. Okay. Man, could have gotten him down so far. Right. He will happily take the 300 gold from you, Corvus. And he's like, well, it's yours. In fact, I'll even give you a box to put it in, yes.
Thank you.
This is where we find out the box.
Only 450 gold for the box.
And he sort of rummages around underneath the work desk where he seems to have quite a few boxes, some made of vellum, some made with heavy hides, you know. And he pulls out a small, just a very sort of simple, sturdy wood and leather box, which he sort of holds up to make sure it'd be the right size, nods a bit, and then he, you know, packs the dragon into it. And don't shake it about. No padding in there.
Of course, I would not.
Right. Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye indeed. Keep up your tinkering with your prototype dog.
Don't tell me what to do. Go, shoo.
Okay, it was a box that wobbled. Good day.
And he actually nods at that.
Gnomes. He'll leave.
Right. Okay, you depart to the shop. Where are you going to head?
He'll head to the tavern.
Head to the tavern. Okay. Telday.
Yes.
You and Nathaniel head back down to the docks, I assume.
Mm-hmm. I actually, as we're heading that way, I will briefly ask Nathaniel, should we gather Sailor for this meeting first, or would you like to meet the captain before talking with Sailor?
I would like to meet him first, rather than excite Sailor before making judgment. I will not
That is
decide
fair.
for him, but I would like to know what I am going into.
Of course. And then otherwise mostly in silence.
Mm-hmm. What was that? Oh.
Oh. I don't think he realizes he's not mute.
Okay. Right, well, you continue down towards the docks, and eventually you come to the elusive. And thankfully, the Norton is actually currently on deck, and when he sees you approaching, he sort of throws his arms out in greeting, goes, "Ah, Talday, my good friend. Is this the one you wished for me to meet, sailor?"
This is the other. This is Nathaniel.
Oh,
Nathaniel,
the one
Captain
who has
Denmark.
to approve of me. I see. And he actually heads down off the ship onto the dock. And he comes over and he actually offers to shake both your hands. Or more, it's rather of a forearm clasp, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which Nathaniel will take. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Nathaniel. Oh, God, I've got to talk to myself. And Nathaniel just sort of nods his head slowly. It is good to meet you as well. I understand that you are willing to take one of my people on board. Yes, quite willing. Of course, I understand that you wanted to meet me to make sure I am of good character and that your men will be safe in my care. I can assure you that I put the safety of my crew at the utmost importance. I have not lost a man in many a year, which you should know is good for a ship. And Nathaniel slowly nods his head as if actually doesn't quite know that, but sure. And he sort of looks to you, Telday.
That is affirmative. The last ship that my group has been on did not fare nearly as well as his.
Indeed, most ships do not fare nearly as well as mine. It is good to be at the top of the pack, and truly, I would see your man safe. Even if he was not a good fit for my crew in the end, I would see him safely home. May I see your vessel? Of course, you're more than welcome for the tour. Would you like to see the rest of the ship today?
That would be appreciated.
Oh, good. Now, tell me, Today, how much do you know of my activities?
I have heard that you work quite well with the group's benefactor.
That is true, yes. Do you know what I mainly do, though?
I assume that you sail frequently.
This is correct. Okay, you're a military man, yes, Talday?
Affirmative.
Right. Well, this is the upper deck, of course, and he takes you on a tour of the ship. Notably, there is no revelations of hidden cargo areas or such things as that.
This is where we had those bodies for Corvus.
Yep. This is a completely clean and completely legitimate cargo hold. And yeah, you get a tour of the ship. He even introduces you to a few of the crew. There's a few humans, a few drow on there that seem happy to talk. Notably, the about 4 Druagar crewmen he has. None of them speak, although you get some smiles and some weird movements with their hands. And then there's the familiar form of Chris just watching you. She seems to have followed you through the ship at a distance.
We'll wave at her slightly.
There's a strange slow blink, and a tongue flicks out briefly. That's about the most reply you get. And of course, you have met my first mate, yes, Today?
Yes.
Yeah, Callist, this is Nathaniel. He is well, what do you call yourself in relation to Sailor? And Nathaniel actually seems a little taken aback by that question, and seems to pause and ponder for a second. Family. Brother, almost, but not quite. I think that is apt. And he looks at you, Telday.
Yes, that is accurate.
And this is Nathaniel. He is Sailor's older brother. And he is wanting to make sure that we are going to be a safe environment for his dear, dear friend. He is many things, she says, looking at Denoran. But one of the things he is good at is ensuring that we are in good health and keep. I will not fault him that. See? Praise coming from her. She does not like people, nor me very much. No.
She does seem to like you quite a bit, at least compared to others.
Those eyes narrow at you, Telday, and you can swear she is trying to stand up straighter as if to tower over you.
Ah, you are slightly taller than I believed.
I do not like him. Yes, she slouches. I do not slouch. You do, my dear, you slouch a little bit. And she actually just sort of turns and starts head off through the ship, where she has to notably slouch down to actually, you know, not hit her head on beams and such.
Looking back and forth between the two for a moment, you have a romantic involvement.
Oh, I wish dearly, but no, she will not accept my advances. But the heart will never give up.
May have said that a little too loudly.
There may be the sound of timber being punched, which for her will cause some splintering. No, not the ship, my dear.
Anyone else expected they were going to find him next, swimming in the water because someone threw him overboard?
Still, I must be careful with my advances, for she can be a little hurtful with her words and her fists. So, I hope this sees you in good stead. I do not know what I can offer beyond my promise of safety. And, Nathaniel slowly nods before turning to you again, Telday. Would you take his promise?
I would. He was quite helpful in recent endeavors.
In that case, I will return with Sailor, on the morning, perhaps. Yes, the morning may be good. I would like to leave port very soon, but I'm sure we can get that all sorted very quickly. Then I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for accompanying me today.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time, Captain Denoran. And Denoran gives a sort of little flourishing bow. And please, let me escort you off my ship. And he will... Mm-hmm.
I fear I may need to apologize to your first mate.
Oh, don't worry about it. She, actually, no, she does not forgive nor forget, but she takes it all in stride. What would you be apologizing for? You've said nothing particularly wrong. She slouches.
Fear that I had offended her.
Everyone offends her, my dear friend. Everyone. You pass bread near her and she acts offended. Part of her charm.
Are you suggesting that I should bring her bread?
Oh, God, no. Do not bring her bread. She does not like the stuff, nor does she like being given stuff. And if you ever want to get into her good graces, she says she will not accept gifts, but she will very quickly throw something at you in exchange for some cheese.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm wondering if he's serious or she's trying to get in trouble.
Jeez.
Don't worry. We'll definitely find out.
Yes. Well then,
Jeez.
gentlemen, I bid you a good night and safe journeys home.
And to you. Pause for a second there.
And he just sort of motions at the gangplank as if, you're free to leave. And Nathaniel gives him a sort of a small bow and starts head down.
I will head down as well.
I think Sailor will be in good stead.
Yes.
Our initial conversation with him, do you believe he was trying to insinuate something?
Who?
Sonoran, he seemed concerned as to you being part of the military and asked how much you knew of his activities.
Most likely he is a smuggler and does not wish me to have known this.
Do you think this will cause problem?
Most likely. But I believe that Sailor would like adventure.
I think you're right.
Okay, I officially love that comment.
Right, and he will walk with you back through the city streets. And he sort of engages in more casual conversation. Seems a little stilted, as if he isn't entirely sure, if how are you enjoying the weather is pertinent. But
So, how about that local sporting team?
yes, I love sports team, and that weather. Oh boy.
Tilde will just kind of direct it to tell me more about our people, how things are going.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me about those you know.
He relaxes far more with this conversation as it actually being something he knows. And he will fill you in. He has been talking a lot with some of the less together Warforged recently, trying to help those that are still having breakdowns or, just not entirely there. And he thinks he's getting through to some of them, but he fears he does not know how to approach those that are far more gone. And he confides in you his worries and concerns for his and your people. And the sort of wandering takes you back towards the garrison, unless you wish to split off early.
No, I'll walk him back to the garrison. I have to say hi to my friends who might be working.
And as you approach the gates, you do hear not even disguised now. Oh, by the gods! Evening, Telday, Nathaniel. Good evening.
Greetings. I hope that you have not been having a long shift.
No, longer than usual, and always good to see you. You coming in?
I just thought it would be appropriate to walk Nathaniel back.
I appreciate the company. Oh, until next time, Telday.
Indeed.
And he reaches out to sort of grasp your forearm, and he pulls you into a sort of one-armed hug, which causes the loud clang of metal on metal as he pulls you in rather quickly and pats your back.
I will kind of hesitantly pat his as well.
I hope the night sees you well, brother, and the future.
And to you, would you like me to meet you to see Sailor off tomorrow?
You would be more than welcome if you're not busy, but it is not necessary. I think I can see him in good stead.
I would be happy to see Sailor once more.
I think
I
he
believe
would be
Gifton
happy
would
to see you
like to
too.
as well.
In that case, invite what friends you have.
Of
They are more
course.
than welcome. And
Nod.
he nods at you as well, and he turns and heads into the facility.
Gentlemen, I hope that you are not stuck working much longer.
Couple more hours.
Well, if you come to the tavern, I will buy you a round.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Thank you.
Of course.
And they sort of wave you off.
Shows up, hands them a ball.
Right. Was anyone else in the main party after the meeting at the military compound heading anywhere?
I actually was going to do something.
Where would you like to do?
Well, I got told at the meeting that I was allowed to go see them, so I'm going to go see the Warforgeds that are there.
Okay. Right. So you're going to go see the Warforged that are there.
And I'm going to just if I find Sailor or any of the ones I know, I'm gonna sing that little song I heard down in his cage.
Is anyone accompanying Gifton beyond Care, of course?
I'm going back to tavern.
You're going back to the tavern.
Bye-bye.
Check up on Talia.
Yeah.
I heard you might come with you.
Cass
Even
is
though
going
much
to go
of
back to the tavern because Cass has got to start planning on how to unload the Vardo.
Yes. You've got to sort that nonsense out. Okay, so Cass back to Audrey heading with Gifton.
Mhm.
Right, okay, so you both head down into. Actually, there are now a couple of places to go. There are some empty quarters up top that have been repurposed for the Warforged, barracks. But there are also still some Warforged down below. Which one in particular would you like to head towards?
I'll see the ones down below.
You see the ones down below? Okay.
Yeah, because I figure the ones up top, they see me, I can see them maybe on the way out.
Mm-hmm. Right, you head down below, and as you actually go down there, you do bump into Captain Jensen again, who looks a little surprised that you're down here. Goes, oh, Rotgren, Miss Fall.
Hello.
I'm sorry, is it Lady Fall now?
I'm not entirely sure it wasn't before, but whatever.
Well,
It continues to be Lady Ball.
so do excuse me then, my ladies.
Sorry, sir.
What brings you down here?
They said that at the meeting that we were allowed to see them.
No, of course.
I promised them last time I saw them that I'd see them again and we'd sing together because they like to sing.
Oh, if there's any in particular you want me to take you to, I can. Otherwise, be my guest. And he just sort of waves down the corridor.
Yeah, she's gonna. Is A4 around? I don't know if he's gotten or they've gotten a different name.
A4. I'm sorry. Which one was A4? I am dealing with a lot of them.
It's all right. I'll just look around. Maybe that'll be fine. There were a lot of them.
If you want, I can grab some paperwork and find out where they are.
No, it's okay. I don't want to interrupt your work. That's okay. Thank you, sir.
Well, the rehabilitation of these lot are part of my work, and thus this would be part of my work. Still, come find me if you need me.
Mm-hmm.
You will.
And he just sort of continues walking down the corridor, and you're left to roam. You do not find Sailor down here. Sailor is up top.
Yeah,
but
A4 is like somebody I'll never find because I saw him before he had a personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start moving around, and a lot of the Warforged down here are together. It's not just the mentally unsound that are kept down here. It's just they don't have room up top. And a lot of very happy to see you. There's definitely a lot more verbose than the last time you encountered them. One of them actually even comes up to you and goes, "Ah, you are Gifton Brodgen, yes?"
Yeah.
I am.
Hey.
I am Mary.
Hi, Mary.
I remember you from the room.
Do you remember me from the? Did we sing together?
You sang. I listened. I did not sing. I did not find it in myself, but I sing now.
Did you want to sing together?
I would love to sing with you, please.
All right, and I will start singing, and if I can kick on thaumaturgy, I will.
And as you start to sort of get out to sing, there's something a little disconcerting. This big warforged called Mary claps her hands together and goes, "Children, Miss Brodgen is going to be singing for us." And a lot more of the warforged look towards her. As unfortunately that spell did not distinguish, that apparatus did not distinguish between age when drawing only souls.
Oh God, you found the scroll marm.
But you can lead them in song, and they listen very intently, and quite a few of them start trying to sing along. And she'll actually ask you to go through the same song again once you've finished it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that song I heard down in the thing.
Yeah, and they do seem to take to it rather quickly. Body language can be a little hard to read, but there's that sort of recognition from a couple of them. And you fill this particular room and the halls outside with song, and you can actually hear the door sort of opening up behind you as Warforged look in as well.
I'm gonna gesture them in.
Yeah, and soon enough, the room is basically at capacity, and there is singing in the hallway as well. Poor Captain Jensen in the distance trying to get some paperwork done. Like they're singing again. They're doing it again.
They're doing it again. Why are they
Why
guess.
is it always with the singing?
Yeah.
Yes, you are able to have a nice visit down there. You're able to meet a few different faces.
Well, the same face.
Yes, the same face. Although one thing in particular, you don't actually. No, you don't need a perception check for it. You're noticing some of them are starting to mark their bodies. It might just be chalk. Some are using cloth, but they are trying to distinguish themselves.
Differentiation.
One particularly terrifying one seems to have completely chalked their face and drawn this bright red smile along it.
Oh my.
Get out of my mind.
And these big black round sort of orbs around its eye slits.
Oh my god. Oh, great.
GM, get out of my mind. I was about to ask who has the Joker smile.
Who's the Joker?
Yeah. I will on the way, I will on the way out mention to Jensen something if he's available.
Yeah, you can find him easily on your way out.
Captain Jensen?
Yes.
One thing I'm not sure if anybody made you aware of, and I know Gifton realized this didn't happen this go around because the timeline changed. You know the ring I used to alter my shape so I look human?
Yes. I'm familiar with that.
You're familiar with that? They work on the Warforge.
Oh, you've tested this?
Yeah, we let Telde borrow mine. It was a very awkward situation. He ran around naked
was
as me for a
hilarious.
little bit. It was no.
He looks like he is trying not to picture something. His face goes stony.
Anyway, but it is an option. I know some of them look like they're having trouble, but I know that's very expensive. So
It is quite the
but it's
expenditure.
something maybe they can at least have the hope towards.
I will mention this to some of them and bring it up with my superiors. But yes, that is quite the expense. But I'll see what I can do.
Anyway, sorry for all the racket. I just love singing with the chorus.
It seems to make them happy, and distracting as it is.
It keeps them sane.
Yes, I'm sure it does. I wish I could say the same for myself.
I thank you for all that you're doing for them, sir.
This is my duty. Your ladyships. Is there anything I can help you with?
No, I think we'll see ourselves out. Thank you, sir.
And he gives you a short little bow.
I'll give a short bow in my saddle, like me
Arden
do.
gives a curtsy despite not wearing a dress.
And you're able to head out. Dingus meeps at you a few times, and it is just flashes of that one chalked face, and just don't like. He didn't seem to like the eyes.
Pat. It's okay. It's okay. He's our new best friend. He's coming to New Tarnstead. Turns out he's a fighter type. Yeah, we'll head back to the tavern now. Sorry.
Don't apologize.
I was just like, oh, well, get to Nevada. She can...
And if you want, you can actually see Sailor on your way out.
Yeah, I'll see Sailor on the way out.
In fact, timing, yeah. When you were sort of heading to the building to see Sailor, Nathaniel was actually there as well, talking to Sailor. And Sailor seems very excited, sort of gesturing quite wildly. And as you head on in, he pauses and it's Brockgren.
Hey, Sailor!
I am to be on a ship.
Oh, you're going away?
Yes, I am going to the sea.
Oh, well, you
Good
need
ship.
to sing a song with me before you go.
Yes, I will sing a song with you, and then many songs as we did once before.
Yes, you sing a song to the sky and the wind.
I am to sail on the Elusive.
Oh.
Oh, I know that captain. He's great.
Yes, Telde took me to see him, and despite what I suspect his profession is, I think he will take good care of Sailor.
Gifted goes shifty
I'm
eyes.
just going to nod and go, I can agree with that.
He's a very adventurous sort of captain.
That's a
Indeed.
word for it.
I had a grand time with him.
I am sure you did. Well, Sailor, if you wish to talk to them,
Did you want to stay and sing as well, Nathaniel, or are you busy?
I am afraid I have many duties, he says a little tiredly.
We will have time to sing another day then.
Indeed, we will be in the town together.
Yes, for a quiet, very, very long time.
Yes, and there will be much time for song then.
And I'll sing something with Sailor. Probably the same song because I'm just trying to pass that one around.
Sailor will actually easily pick up the song and start singing with you, and then he will start to teach you a sea shanty.
Oh, I like sea shanties.
And he gets very into it. In fact, these are the sort of traditional double beds, stacked up. That bed creaks as he basically puts his foot on the edge of it and holds onto the pole, lifting himself up as if he was hanging on a mast. And he breaks into dramatic song.
So is it from Penzance or Pinafore or?
He is the very model of a modern major general. He studies animal, vegetable, and mineral. He knows the kings of Baras, and he, of course, the fight's historical. He doesn't know the kings of Baras, by the way.
He does not.
Couldn't name one, not even the current one.
Not even the current one. I'm gonna clap as I'm gonna try and learn the song for him and be very appreciative of it. I'm gonna miss you, my friend.
I will miss you too, but
I have a sending stone I left with the dear captain. You ever need to get a hold of me, you go through him, all right?
Yes, I will let you know how I am doing.
Yes, you do.
And when I come back into port, perhaps I will see you again. Where will you be?
I'm going to be with Nathaniel at the new town.
Will you be near the ocean?
There's a river that I think the boat might be able to come up. Maybe.
And you are friends with the captain?
Yes, Denoran.
Then perhaps
Captain
he will see you
Denoran.
and I will see you.
Yes, it would be really good, I think.
Yes, it would be very good. And perhaps you can come with us.
I would love to go on your boat with you for a very short ride.
Yes, a short ride. Only a few months, yes. Short trip.
Across the ocean, got it.
Only a million miles.
I did promise Captain Denoran that I would travel on his boat to a country called Zahar.
Zahar, I do not know this place.
It is far across the ocean, and maybe we could go there together. We could both see Zahar together.
Yes, we will see new lands together. We will go with the captain to new lands.
Yes, we'll go to new lands together. It will be great. All right. Take care,
Also,
Sailor.
Sailor, tell them when you get there that when he goes to my wedding, you're invited as well.
You are getting married.
Hopefully.
Then I would be very pleased to attend your wedding. Congratulations.
You're going to be really silly if you don't get married now.
Yeah, that's really because yes.
You're putting a very deep pin in that one.
Better happen. All right.
Definitely a good idea to invite everybody to a wedding before asking the bride.
Yep. It's Archie. Just about anything it has
It's
to.
like something Archie would do. Hey, I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna ask this girl to marry me. Can't think of one reason why I should ask you.
Wait.
Oh yeah, I've asked everybody else to show up. I should probably ask, would you like to come to my wedding? To you.
Wait, I have
By the
noticed
way-
something.
What?
You are very small now.
Yeah.
That's her
Very
normal size.
observant.
That's also not the only change, but yes, I am always very small.
So small.
So small.
Gibbs is gonna switch it. I'm like, this is the first thing anybody noticed. Nobody said shit about the fact that I don't have wings. Not even Lady Gentle said shit about the fact that I don't have wings. She just was just
No,
staring
you
at
know
it.
what? You know what she should think? This is one of the last things he noticed.
It's hard to notice that the wings are missing because you're so small.
Yeah, you're so
And
tiny.
maybe they're just really tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like this. I have to wear. I have. Care, show him the rings.
Care pulls out the rings and sort of holds them out in his
put
head.
one on and show. Well,
By
by the way,
50-50, Allie.
Well, by the way, you might want. Wait,
Is he
Nathaniel,
attuned to the other one,
is
though?
Nathaniel gone yet? I guess Nathaniel left. Yeah. It's like told Nathaniel about the rings too.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
you
that's all
can get
down.
these rings give you a humanoid form, like yeah.
Right,
Like Kara's going to demonstrate
he
here.
slowly slips a ring on, and then nothing happens because he's not attuned to it, and he can't
Thank
feel which
God.
one he's attuned to. And he lets out a breath of relief, pulls it off, and puts the other ring on, and assumes his humanoid form.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, it is magic items that let us be human. They work on Warforge as well. I don't know. If you know
I do not
many of
wish
your
to grow.
people No, it wouldn't make you grow. It wouldn't. We're little, so we become human size. But if you would just become fleshy.
Would I become smaller?
No,
Possibly.
you might be. It's I look between Kara and Sailor's. Kara's slightly shorter.
Care is shorter than the Warforged, yes.
You'd be the height he is right now.
Could I not be tall?
You could be tall.
You got to
They
customize that.
get them custom made, so you can look how you want. You don't have to look just like that. We had them look like how we are, but bigger.
Could
Then
I
we
look
are.
like myself?
If you know what yourself looks like, yes.
I do not.
Yeah, you could come up with something though that makes you feel more like yourself.
How do I acquire one of these rings?
They're a very expensive magic item that has to be made in town. There's a and I'll give them the shop that I got it from.
Then I must make much money on the seas.
Yes, make money on the seas and get one. All right.
I will make money for myself and my friends.
Yes, it is a good plan.
Does Captain Denoran pay well?
I don't know actually.
This wasn't asked. I will have to ask him tomorrow.
Yes. All right. Well, me and RG need to get back to the tavern.
You will not stay for another song.
One more song,
One more song.
and then 3 more episodes. Of this anime.
Right, and he will lead.
Yeah,
He will actually. He seems very ready to lead in song.
Yes. Yeah.
And he does the dramatic sort of up on the bedpost again. Even pulls
Yep.
off one of the sheets and sort of starts to wave it about. He is very energetic.
Oh
and-
my god! I can't believe that this is being inflicted on Denoran.
Oh yes, yes.
That's the
You're
best
saying like
part.
this is an inflict? I'm pretty sure that he's gonna love this.
Yeah, I think you mean inflicted on Curist.
Yeah, poor
I'm
Kyrus is the
saying
one that's going to
Kyrus
suffer.
is gonna be the issue.
He's gonna be my second mate, Sailor.
And yeah, you can learn another sea shanty.
Yeah, I'll learn another sea shanty. I'll learn 2 sea shanties from him.
Which you will eventually have to tell him no, because he goes, one more song.
We're stuck. No, my friend. I really must go. I must rest. Thank you.
Your accent changed. It's okay.
Stop it. All right, so yeah. No, I gotta, Sailor. I gotta rest. We're expecting.
Next time then, I will. You are expecting?
Yeah, we're trying for children.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
A song.
A song. Okay,
I will sing for your children.
You will, and so will I. I will see you soon.
I hope to see you soon.
Goodbye, my friend.
Have a good wedding, and I hope to see you at it, RG.
RG's muted. but
RG
tried to say
coughed and then
something.
muted. I think it was the
Sorry.
wrong way round.
It was, in fact, yes. I thought I had muted it, so, but Arjo go, I given them all the people getting married. Yeah, I kind of hope to be there.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes, funny. My phrasing was not correct.
bye, Sailor.
Goodbye.
Have a good night, Sailor.
Sailor, I love him, but he's really hard to get away from.
And even as you're leaving, you hear him starting to go into song again. And even for a Warforged.
There's actually a good reason why Nathaniel's specifically looking for people to take Sailor. It's because the guards really want him gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And the poor people that were there, they go home at night humming tunes and cursing.
I don't even know what this song
Yeah.
comes from. I've never heard this one before.
But eventually, you all are able to filter back to the tavern. Carrick, you get back there, and Sigrid is working at the bar. There's actually quite a few people in here tonight. And as you come in, she just sort of nods at you and goes, Carrick, you girls in the back room. I keep checking on her now and then. I thought it especially wasn't alone up there.
Okay. Am I okay to go back there?
Yeah, go on through there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you head on back through the kitchen, you actually live in. You can actually see the door to what seems to be Sigrid's living area. And it's actually open. And you are able to go through and see her. And when you come in, she suddenly stands up and really gives you a hug, sort of pulling you into a tight embrace.
I'm gonna hug her back and kiss her on the forehead. You holding up okay? Back here?
Yeah, it's kind of sinking in now, but in a way I can deal with.
Did Sigrid get you some of your clothes?
She did. She got well. She sent her husband over. Never seen the dwarf look so bright.
Which one? Out of character.
Do you not remember Sigrid's husband?
I do,
Jarlgrim.
but when you say bright, I'm thinking smiling and excited, and my brain's going.
Nope. She
Blushing and flustered.
yeah, she smiles a bit and goes, he had to get my small clothes.
Yes, I could. I can understand that then.
Everything's here. They even grabbed a lot of my books and such.
That's good.
I don't want to go back there, Carrick.
I can understand that. We'll be leaving within a week. If you did decide you wanted to go with us, we are going down south for the Tarnstead
Yeah,
village.
I think I'd like to come. I'm going to be meeting my father. It's traditional for Morgani priests. I think that's appropriate.
Where's my character? She disappeared.
Yes. Immolation is the chosen method of burial for the truly devout of Morgani.
Okay.
Generally on large pyres.
Any help I can give, of course.
If you'd be there, I'm going to ask a few of these followers, a few of the regulars. I know there are quite a few that would like to say goodbye to him, and they can help me with the funeral. But if you would be there.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
When did you want to do that?
They said they'd be giving me his body tomorrow, and I'd like to get it done as soon as possible.
Okay.
So maybe the next day.
Absolutely.
I need to go and talk to people and arrange things.
Any help I can do, of course. I will. I am here to help.
I'm sorry. I think I'd like to do this alone.
Okay.
Not that I don't. I just.
I understand.
Okay, thank you. And she sort of holds it tight, and so could we go for a walk tomorrow? I need to clear my head before I see people.
Thank God she said that, because someone's been thinking of how do we get to the bakery so good? Because he ain't going on his own, because foot and mouth disease might happen there. In the fact of him putting his foot in his mouth while talking to the baker. So he's not going to suggest that right now.
Actually, there's one thing.
Yes.
Your grandmother, right? You talk to her?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to go about contacting dragons?
Were you trying to contact your mother?
She nods. She hasn't been around for most of my life, but I feel like she should know.
We could, why don't we ask my grandmother and see if she has any way to, because she found me. Even if it's just where she might
Also,
be.
your grandmother remembered her mom.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to tell her that because I don't know if that's a good. That wasn't. It didn't seem like a happy. Oh yeah, that's a friend. So I don't want to go that far with her. Maybe. By the way, where's Pharrell? Out of character.
Pharrell is he's in the room. In fact, he's sort of yapping at you from near your leg, trying to jump up. You know.
I'm going to break the embrace and pick him up before he puts a hole in someone's clothes or pees on the floor.
There is lots of face licking.
I'm happy to see you too, Pharrell.
He's been good company today.
I'm glad to hear it. He's
also sorry I didn't believe you.
Did he do it to you?
He ate my lunch. Just something on the table.
Yeah. I'm not. I have to admit, I'm not the best at training him so far, as you might have noticed.
Well, we can work on that.
Yeah. Well, let me do this. She's gonna unhook the haversack, put it down, open, because of course now he has easy time. Pull out the scarf. We're gonna.
Okay, you put your scarf on, and that's her alert if she's watching to contact you, but it's not always immediate. And you actually have to wait quite a bit this time round. About half an hour passes.
Explain as I'm going on, so she doesn't suddenly think I'm just like, ooh.
You get an odd look.
It's it was kind of the sign that Graham and I set up so she knows when to contact me, so she's not just, are you okay? Are you okay? She's a little protective.
And she nods in understanding, and you'll spend some time waiting. Cassie.
Yes.
Okay, so you go out to look at the Fardo again, and oh boy, that thing is packed. And let's see, if you want to cart this material with you and have the Fardo open, you're probably going to need a second wagon.
Yeah. That's going to prove to be a problem because one, I have to repair the Vardo first. The Vardo has been so abused since the Dragon Turtle thing.
So you might need to buy a second wagon rather than build one yourself.
With a week's time span, it's probably the sensible decision to go for.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know. The other Vardo, the first.
Also,
Vardo
I mean, the Vardo's together. It has the wall on it, and the door is it's battered and beaten.
Well, yeah.
and,
It's just and loaded with mostly wood at this point because everything else should be gone because we sold all the other the wood and the other stuff is basically what it is. And
Yeah.
I think I have all the cloth put away. We have the metal put away, and then
It's a whole lot of
everything
wood,
else
though.
got sold. It's a lot of wood, though. It's a lot of wood.
I have some stuff in there, but nothing major.
yeah, but Cass is going over it, inspecting it, making sure on everything, and she'll have to go buy another wagon.
And that requires horses to pull it as well.
So out of character.
Cass is now inspecting the back
Someone
of
to
the
drive
Vardo and seeing if she can rig up a dolly attachment and just add 2 more horses to the front of it
Yeah, that's doable.
instead of having to have 2 sets of horses and 2 people riding everything. Just having it like a tractor trailer.
Yeah, that's entirely doable. You have to get the jointing to your satisfaction to make sure it can actually bend properly. Take some work. You definitely want some metal for that as well, but it's entirely possible. Things to do.
All right, Cass is going to start working on things to plan it out, and she will go buy a freaking wagon tomorrow.
Okay. Carrick.
Because I think it's too late to buy a wagon tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely too late.
Yes.
Carrick, after about half an hour, you hear a familiar voice in your head. Carrick, dear.
Hello, grandmother.
Are you okay?
For the most part, I don't know how much you can see around me.
I can see the room. I can see the lovely girl.
She was looking at a possible way to wow, how do you know what that word
I wish to grandmother.
No, I started to see. That's the best part. I think I combined contacting grandmother together. It's what that happened. To contact her mother due to
the one you spoke of before.
Yes. I would appreciate some help for. He's turning red a little bit because this is with grandma. With my girlfriend.
No, I have not seen Ixenoff in many a year, but for your girlfriend, I'll see what I can do.
Does she seem to be able to hear what grandma's saying,
No.
by the way? Okay. Because I'm not sure. I've only had one other person around, and I don't know if it was because of what it was or what. So, thank you, grandmother. For this case, any time, of course, to contact me. Of course, any time you wish to contact, if I don't seem busy, of course, it's fine too. As always.
Oh, thank you, dear. I will try my best. I can't promise anything, though.
Okay. We're
Does
going
she
to be...
have anything of her mother's?
Talia?
Yeah?
Grandma's gonna try to contact your mother, but she was wondering if you had anything of your mother's.
Her hand actually moves to a little brooch that she has, not a brooch, a little hair clasp. Mm-hmm. And she goes, Dad said this was hers.
Oh yeah, that's right. She hasn't been able to hear anything around either. That's right. She says the hairpin she has is her father said was from her mother.
It's been some time and it has been in someone else's possession, but having that would help. I will see if I can find her on my own. If not, I may have to see the both of you. Perhaps you could bring her here. I would like to meet her.
I am fortunately myself still have no way to get there directly.
We must remedy this.
There. I'm pretty sure I've figured out. Actually, did we use? We have not used. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this. Where's the? Nope. Probably not enough to know about teleport circles. Well, I know of teleport circles, but I don't know how they work. Probably. Well, we're going down south, and we have to leave within the week. It sounds like. We're gonna help start a town back south of Tarnstead.
Oh.
But
You're starting a town?
yes.
Is your girlfriend going with you?
As of what she said a short while ago, yes.
Tarek. You can't see it.
Oh, I thought that was her saying something to
But
me.
man,
Sorry.
I
I
can
get the
almost
idea.
feel the beaming smile.
Gonna get. Actually, I don't know. Mother might be. Are you sure you know her well enough? So I'm not gonna make a comment about that one to her.
Oh, if there's anything I can do to help with your little town, do tell me.
Of course, grandmother. We were given out of character. Pretty sure 4 miles is a pretty good area, isn't it?
4 square miles? Yes.
Yes. We've been each given a sizable amount of land down there too.
Oh, look at you, little. What term does your kingdom use? Kingdom. That would be Lord, yes? Not Jarl?
Correct.
Not Duke, not Count. Yes, Lord. Okay. My little Lord.
Okay, he's turning red again. Which is he's probably not even trying to hide at this point. I should ask so many questions soon. So, but we're gonna have to travel down ourselves. Sounds like we're gonna go by water, and we're gonna. Wintercraft was mentioned, so I'm gonna go check in on Mom too.
That's good. You should visit your mother. But tell me about your day. I want to hear how things have been. And
I'm gonna go into today's because unless Push doesn't want to talk about last night.
And basically, she'll spend some time in conversation, and she will use you as an intermediary to actually start talking to Talia as well. And you can, in a very roundabout way, basically introduce your girlfriend to your grandmother.
Part of me wants to do the horrible. No, because I'd probably roll really bad to sound like her. And I'd probably get yelled at.
The rest of you will filter in over the next half hour or so. And eventually, on Carrick being in the back room and Cass maybe still being out trying to shift lumber. I don't know if you want to be Cass. You do see people coming down the street, arriving. You can all meet up in the tavern again.
Cass will head in after locking up the Bardo again.
Yes, dear.
Has Carrick returned?
Yes, he's in the back with Talia right now.
Well, if he wants to, and I guess Talia too, if they want to come out,
Sigrid, round on me.
Round, what? Okay, dear. And there are actually cheers from a bunch of the other guests in the bar, and she will serve up rounds of drinks for everyone drinking here. And she also stops as she's sort of going past the kitchen. She just yells back, "Eric, love,
Yes.
your friends are back."
Has the conversation finished by this point, or are we
Still going on.
Just let them know I'll be out in a moment.
I shall be with you in a moment, dears. He'll be with you in a moment, dears.
I mean, technically, it is both are correct. Technically,
Yeah.
Corvus would just sit down on one of the booth tables.
Yeah, and then she starts yelling at Yalgrim, who's in the kitchen cooking right now, to hurry up with some orders.
Sigrid, where might I be able to get large amounts of cheese?
Large amounts of cheese? The cheesemongers?
Ah. Where would that be?
Back to Winden we go.
Well, you could just be like, it's down that way where the
Ali needs to look at this as well. There's a good cheesemongers just down the street of the market square. You're heading towards the river.
Ah, okay.
This is where I get my stuff.
Thank you.
And she resumes serving people. And unless you all would want to talk about things, you can sort of spend the night, get some food, relax a bit.
Am I ever allowed to finish?
I
know. From grandmother.
You're kept in there for about an hour.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Corvus is still just waiting.
I hope you sit down and eat while you're waiting, Corvus.
Yeah.
Yeah. But eventually she will bid you good night, Carrick and Talia.
Oh.
And you are...
that was Grandma.
she seems nice. A bit hard to tell.
She's very nice. She actually wanted me to bring you there to visit soon, but unfortunately I cannot make that trip myself.
She nods and opens her mouth to speak, and then you hear Pharrell starting to whine at you.
Is this I go outside now?
I want to go out.
Okay. I think I need to take Pharrell out.
I'll come with you.
Okay. Gonna put the leash that we still don't know if it actually does anything.
He is instantly biting and tugging on the leash as if to pull you along.
Gonna go out, wave to the party.
Yeah.
I'll be
Look,
back.
Corvus, there's Carrick.
I need to take Varel for a walk so I don't have to clean up the mess.
Well, hopefully I do not drink anymore before you've returned. I will talk to you later, I suppose.
Yes, I also need to get food after, so yes, definitely.
There's a plate right here.
You can't expect him to eat off of a cold plate. I'll have something ready for you, dear, when you get back.
Thank you. Thank you, Sigrid.
Evening to Talia.
Talia just sort of nods a little, holding Carrick's arm. Evening.
He is wearing his glasses.
Yeah. Thankfully, the tinting that the glasses have don't make much difference to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Hey, Cassie.
Oh, this real quick. He's walking out the door.
I had a really weird thought, and I thought I'd bring it up with you, since we seem to be going into a very nice and possibly calm part of our lives, and we could take a moment to really care about the people around us that we, need to look after. I was thinking maybe I'm worried about your mother. Maybe we should make sure she knows she doesn't have to be alone.
Okay, you had me there for a second because I thought you were talking about one mother versus the other mother, and it confused me because the one mother.
I only know one of your mothers.
Yes, I know. I know that, but you caught me off guard. But yes, the question is how do we find her? Because we can't really send.
I put my hands together in a certain motion called praying.
Cass is just looking at you weird.
Shugen no jutsu.
I'll do it if you don't want to.
Shadow clone.
Pray, Cass.
I am doing the hands together in a praying
How
motion.
do we know more about praying than you?
I read a book.
I carve wood and I fight people.
You remember
over a care?
You remember, honey, how I used to sneak out with those other girls at night, and I'd go break into the houses that had the books, and we'd read the books, and then we'd have to keep rereading the book because we kept losing our spots. I think I got way better well read than Cass.
I don't remember much of that. I do remember your dad being furious about it.
Oh yeah. I never got caught.
No, but
I
risky
read
business
plenty
there.
of books. Unfortunately, they were all about tactics and strategy and the best ways to kill a person.
And
All
how
right. Well,
to trick or treat.
I'll sing
What's
her
the
a
book
song
title?
tonight or something, but I think she's probably having a really hard time on her own. I would expect she would. I mean, I don't. Anyway, I'm just worried. I'm worried about her. I mean, is it wrong to be worried about?
No, it isn't.
I'm just.
It's perfectly
She's out.
fine to be
She's.
worried about.
I mean, if you think about it, she's probably as angry and terrible as she was just because of she's mostly just abandoned and doesn't have anything and anyone. And
I don't
you're the
know if she's that angry because she seemed a bit different this time around.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just.
And also, if she's still
Yep.
that angry, do we want her around? Because angry.
Yeah, but
And Cass is doing the motion. Big.
Yeah, Cass, but you're angry and big, and we keep you around, right?
yeah, we keep you around, and love can do a lot of good things. And remember, she's the angel of mercy. So, I mean, she's probably the deep down the nicest Orlin angel.
But if she's Orlin, then possibly the easiest way to get in touch.
No.
Fight
Mm-mm.
someone.
Well, let me try my way, and if not, we'll duel.
If I read,
Or you can fight Care. Or me and Care can fight.
I've got an idea that
Wrestle.
might be dumb.
Yeah.
huh?
You could ask an Orlan priest how you're supposed to pray to their angels.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go do.
I mean, it just works when I do it.
Yeah, I mean, isn't prayer?
Yeah, it's just prayer.
Not all. Maybe. Probably not.
All right, look, I'm gonna try it right now.
I swear, if she just shows up in a puff of
Closing
smoke,
my eyes,
fire, it's on you.
thinking very, very intently on Michael.
Okay.
Michael, Lady of the Storms, bright defender and bringer of mercy. I pray for you to have kind waters and good friends. I hope that you are not alone, and if you are, that you know that there are people that would help you and that would reach out to you in any needs that you have, or to help guide you in this sometimes unforgiving world. And that your daughter deeply loves you, even though she can be a sweet, confused idiot sometimes. I'm doing this in my head. But if you need any help or we can aid you in any way, you are not alone and you are not forgotten and you are not far from our thoughts.
Okay, good clapping.
I clap.
Your clapping is joined by a few drunkards the next table over who just think, yeah, clapping.
Yeah, clapping.
Hey.
and then I'm gonna kind of shrug and go. Either she hears it or she doesn't. But
Right,
we can try other
after
things.
that prayer, the inn explodes as
everyone dies.
Yeah, no.
Clapping.
I actually don't expect any reaction. I'm just saying that they. I'm just saying I'm just saying we should do that every once in a while though, Cass. We should remind her she's not alone. I mean, nobody needs to be left adrift and forgotten. Okay.
Someone pray.
No one ever does.
Yeah, I just prayed, Corvus. It's okay.
Oh, okay. I just figured there was a spontaneous chorus of clapping.
Yeah, that's how I pray.
Yes.
Would you like another drink, Corvus?
No, that is quite enough. Thank you.
I have one in front of me. Would you like it?
Why do you have a drink? Yeah,
Just for a round.
Say,
We got everybody around.
wait, did the
Actually,
guards come
Sigrid,
in?
I'm gonna buy everybody another round. The lords and ladies of Tarnstead Trading Company.
Wait, did the guards come in?
Don't call me that.
There are no guards.
Oh,
Corvus, you can have my other drink as well.
I don't need stuff.
that means
The drink is put down in front of you, Corvus.
You're gonna miss us when we're gone, Sigrid.
I'm trying to.
I'll certainly miss your coin, dears.
We're leaving it within the week.
Oh, treasure.
As she
What
comes out of that. What? No.
Oh, that's it. Well, in that case, yeah, I will be sad to see you gone.
No, this is not good.
Well, drink up, dear. You're not going to get much with my ale for longer.
He stares blankly through his glasses at her with the full realization that drinking and seeing things is not going to work.
Come on, dear. It's not even the strong stuff, says the dwarf.
When you drink all that, you don't see anything different.
Cass is kind of licking her lips. Sigrid, can I get the strong stuff?
Do you want the strong stuff, dear?
Yes.
Aren't you just gonna clap? Go essentially. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Relax. It's not like I can drink anymore. Yeah, drink double.
Right. Here, this
I
is some fine elven ale. Strongest stuff I've ever tasted.
Oh, so Corvus is getting Telde and Argie's drink.
Gibson is reaching into her bag and lightly pulling out a small vial and then dabbing
giving me drinks.
it about herself for
no.
a moment and then batting her eyes at Care.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. No.
Care is pausing mid-drink.
And there went the perfume of orchard.
The drink
Do you want to go see if we
Gifton,
can try that?
you don't even finish your question as the drink is put down and he grabs your hand and then there's the comical sight of the brownies heading on foot. As he does not even think.
We're going out to the Bardo because that's where we sleep now.
Yeah.
Two days later, they'll get out there.
I don't think I'm actually heading on foot. I'm being carried probably
basically.
like
You're
caveman
swept up.
over the arm.
Yeah. Yeah, you carried fireman style out.
Yeah. I'm just waving there.
Bye, Gifton.
Carrick, unga bunga.
And there goes Gifton.
And,
Goodbye.
Care.
I was just saying, I mean,
Carrick
I was
and
wondering how long
Gifton's
I'm
not a
gone.
pairing.
Eventually, Carrick, you can return with Talia. Pharrell seems to be yapping at something heading out of the inn, but you don't see what it is.
Cass is going to go follow the dog.
The dog's coming in.
yapping at something.
Coming in.
Yeah.
So are you coming out to see the dog as we're coming in then?
I heard yapping, so Cass is going to go investigate.
You get up to head for the door, carrying this mug of elven ale, and you see Carrick come in with Talia and Pharrell.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Cass.
I heard barking, so
Oh, yeah, Vril is barking at something out here. I didn't see anything though.
Well, you two go in. I'll take a look.
She could have flipped the fart out. We know it.
Cass, you're aware that the brownies ran out just moments before they came in. Also, are you trying this ale?
Oh yeah.
All right, give me an immediate con save, please.
So this is the one that common translation is horse kicker. I'm trying to remember what the word is I'm thinking of now.
Yeah.
The elven bottle actually has the it's called the Shining Light of the Moon.
Oh God.
Oh, moonshine.
Welcome to Elven Moonshine.
Cass takes a sip, blinks. I can't see.
Yeah, Cass, even with that con save, holy crap. It's good stuff, right there.
Cass is kind of breathing, and just kind of smoke comes out. She's like, yeah.
Honestly, when you started saying kind of breathing, I kind of was hoping the other half was kind of not.
Aren't you just gonna go, there's certain points I miss being able to get drunk, and I think that's one of them.
Well, you just gotta try harder, dear.
Carrick.
Not pour me a glass.
Yes, Corvus.
Cass is going to pour some out of her glass.
Come sit at the table, please.
How drunk is he?
Corvus is a lightweight, so probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got several.
I have not touched them.
I'm gonna head up, Carrick. Okay.
Okay. Did you eat before I got there? And
She nods.
okay. After I eat, I'll looking at Corvus probably be up soon.
Talia will give you all a curtsy before she heads on upstairs.
Or you'll give a polite wave back.
Would you like me to go wait in the hall for you?
I do not believe you need to for now, but thank you for offering Telday.
Actually, yeah, if you don't mind.
He does make a very good sensory.
Of course.
Was that century or century? Like time
He
period?
makes an excellent
Whatever one's
100
funnier.
years.
That's what I thought he said, and I could see him being drunk enough for that.
Yeah.
If Cass pours out part of the drink, Archie will actually take a swig of it.
Oh yes, really
Totally
fucking strong,
will.
Kaji.
She's just going, whew, that is strong. And calmly put it down.
9.
Cass is going to pour a little bit for Corvus. Drink this.
You're
I
gonna
am trying to have a conversations with Carrick so I can deposit this to him.
Can we
Motions to the little box.
when she
Okay,
pours that, sitting at the table, can I smell how
yeah.
strong that is? I'm pretty sure Miss Thornberry would have banned that the second it came in the place.
Cass is fine and I'm fine. What more do you need?
Cass is looking at the mug. Actually, I think she might have kept this around for Ind.
It's okay, Corvus. I know you're trying to do a nice
But-
thing, and I
Yes.
you.
Now that I think that's all done, what's up, Corvus?
Yes. So I got mine glasses at a gentleman. Garen Specs is over by the palace. And when I arrived, he was making an item out of glass, and I thought it was kind of exquisite and pretty, and it was going to end up being smashed. So I wanted to maybe purchase it. But he mentioned something that struck a thought. And I don't know if it means anything or it's just my own active mind. But he said he had an inspiration. And he will reach for the box, realizing he has to turn it around, open the box, and very carefully and deliberately he is staring intently remove the small little dragon, and place it on the table.
Not particularly small, by the way. This is about
His depth perception's off.
nearly a foot in length from like head to tail. Or the tail was curled around a bit.
Kind of a good sized little figurine.
That is not small.
I thought it was smaller in the shop. It was very dark. But for one, for you and Talia, due to your waves hands, Verd heritage. So I thought that would be something that you may appreciate. But it was what he said that he makes things, of course, but he made things and he said, I've made it because it has an inspiration and I has to make it before I lose it. Or something along those lines. Inspirations are fleeting things, and they are great drivers for creativity, of course. But given the current situations that you have discussed with the stars and the dragon, maybe the sparkly and the dragon was something. I don't know. I thought it was nice, but also maybe something. I'll let you determine what you want to do, but at least you have a nice little figurine to maybe give to Talia.
Sorry, thunder just happened. I couldn't just take it from you. How much?
It's a gift. It's a gift. It was either going to you and Talia or Gifton, just because she is very nice, and it doesn't seem like she gets any repayments from that at times.
I will have to remember this.
But that is for you and Talia. If not, you can decline, and I can give it to Gifton.
I think I would like to keep it. Thank you, Corvus. I'm gonna pick this thing up.
Yeah, pick it up and you turn it in your hands. It's got a decent weight to it. It's actually not hollow glass. It's solid. And
what color is it? 'Cause I did miss that in the initial description.
It is nearly pearlescent. Lots of colours running through it, mainly thanks to the light refracting off of things inside of it.
I just thought of something that's never been brought up. What is Morgani? Depicted as, like, what is the dragon?
Morgani is seen as a dragon of many hues.
Okay.
Bright and shining.
Any passing similarities?
As you sort of look it over, it's like you could see how this could probably be. You know, if someone said, "Hey, this is a statue of Morgani," yeah, you could see it. But as you sort of turning it around in your hands, those little glitters of light lay at the right angle, form a very familiar pattern. One that you've seen carved into the lectern, one that you've seen noted down as the constellation of Morgani's Eye. And as you're looking at it, the dragon's head turns towards you. And you just hear in your head, it's all real. They come back. And that's where we're going to end this week.
You should have bought the box dog instead.
Yeah, why didn't you get the robot dog? We could have got an amazing revelation about Pick and Tell Day.
Yeah.
Well done, Marcus. Well effing done.
The worst part was as I was listening to this, I'm like, oh, well, hopefully Corvus will mention this to Carrick, because Carrick's going to have to go on a little shopping spree tomorrow. And then you bought it, and I'm like, I have a funny feeling about this.
Okay,
I'm so glad I took that.
Everyone take a nice 3,000 XP. And we will do the same time next week.
Hopefully next week I won't die from a glass dragon killing me.